The WyoToday app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit WyoToday.com to download the WyoToday app now. Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at Du Bois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
All right, and welcome back. We do apologize about that. It's a scrimmage for us as well. They are about to do the coin toss here on the Hampton Inn pregame show. We are going to go right into the part of the Hampton Inn pregame show that is the Sutherlands starting lineup. But we're going to do something a little different here. What we are going to do is we're going to try and list off every single player in their position real quick. So that's going to be playing with Wolverine football this year. We may have to come back and do it during some breaks as well. But we've got a junior QB/defensive back, Derek DeVries, a junior wide receiver defensive back, Ty Sheets, a running back linebacker, senior Vincent Braden, a tight end defensive lineman, junior Branson Saltzgaver, Cade Gabrielson, a senior wide receiver defensive back, a sophomore running back linebacker, Jordan May, a junior running back linebacker, Drevin Monroe, a freshman wide receiver DB, Gage Treber, and we may be pronouncing that one wrong. A junior wide receiver defensive back, Xander Carpenter. A junior running back linebacker, Justin Newberry. A junior wide receiver defensive back, Nick McIntosh. A senior wide receiver defensive back, Gunnar Patterson. A junior wide receiver defensive back, Talon Tommen. A freshman wide receiver defensive back, Bo Anderson. A sophomore QB defensive back, Jackson Larson. A freshman quarterback defensive back, Blake Gantenbein. A junior running back linebacker, Isaiah Jones. A freshman wide receiver DB, Hunter Saltzgaver. A freshman wide receiver DB, Clay Sheets. A senior running back / linebacker, Dominic Payne. A freshman tight end linebacker, Paxton Yeats. A wide receiver defensive back, a junior, Carter Noseep. A freshman wide receiver defensive back, Aiden Sanchez. A wide receiver linebacker, senior, Ned Happ. A sophomore wide receiver defensive back, Matt Hauser. A sophomore running back linebacker, Hunter Ryman. A sophomore tight end defensive back, Mason Spoonhunter. A junior wide receiver defensive back, Jason O'Doan. A sophomore wide receiver defensive back, Jaden Kuhn. A freshman running back / linebacker, freshman Shea Roger, one of the two. A freshman wide receiver defensive back, Colton Manley. A sophomore, and all the next names I'm going to read just so I don't have to say it every time is offensive line / defensive line. Sophomore, Ryan Cox. Senior, Ben Gardner. Junior, Zarek Prosser. Junior, Bryce Mason. Junior, Xavier Garcia. Sophomore, Tyree Harris Aragon. Sophomore, Jackson Hill, senior Jackson Hill. Senior, Jaden Buchholz. Sophomore, Connor Shoopman. Freshman, Reagan Harris. Junior, Tristan Anderson. Junior, Ryan Watson. Junior, Seth Bang. Junior, Lyric Gordon. Freshman, Daniel Clausen. Freshman, Patrick Thayer. Freshman Casey Youngchief. Junior Nathan Mills. Freshman Carlisle Minner. Sophomore Peyton Stevens. Freshman Joseph Friday. Freshman Sean Mosley. Sophomore Hunter Townsend. Freshman Caden Lebrecht. Freshman Peyton Finlayson. Freshman Diego Cruz. Freshman Diego Cruz, wide receiver DB, Freshman wide receiver DB, Jace Arbach. Freshman wide receiver DB, Enoch Hernandez. Senior running back linebacker, Donald Grosh. Freshman running back linebacker, Boss Littleshield. And that's one heck of a name for a running back.
Yeah.
Boss. Freshman wide receiver defensive back, Caden Arnold. Freshman wide receiver linebacker, Corbin Longteen. And senior linebacker, Parker DeVries. The coaching staff, led by Coach Troy Anderson, is Caden Gattenbein, Henry Lynn, Jeff Motisi, Brant Nyberg, Skylar Sewell, Tom Vincent, Derek Watson, and Talon Yeats. The trainers and managers are Paige Nolan, Sydney, Jeff Nee, and Savannah Morton. Once again, you're joining us for Friday Night Lights. This is Kevin Shields. I'm along with Sean O'Brate. We're having a kind of abbreviated little thing, and they're about to go to the national anthem, so we're going to take a break with them, and we'll be right back on KTAK.
Sutherlands Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherlands credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherlands Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherlands.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
And welcome back to KTAK's coverage in the Hampton Inn pregame show, coverage of Riverton Wolverine football. Riverton, after the toss, they will be kicking off, and they will be kicking from left to right on your radio dial. So we're all jazzed up. We're going to take one more commercial break in just a second. But, Sean, what I've seen from looking back at this team is the fact that there's no hiding what Powell is going to attempt to do. They're going to try and run the ball.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of running power, and they are pretty confident in their offensive line, something that I don't know if you can really say about every team right now this early in the season, but Powell is definitely confident that they can run the ball down Riverton's throats. Let's see if they can stop them.
Okay, well, let's get the camera here. We're not going to leave you during the national anthem. We're going to pay homage here, or not homage, that's a weird word to use there. We are going to give the band some spotlight here from Powell High School.
At this time, to honor America and those who serve, please stand as the Powell High School marching band will play our national anthem.
Thank you to the Powell Marching Panthers for the national anthem. And as I look at these stats from last year, Sean, something comes to mind. We were talking about them running down the throat of them. They run a lot. 42 attempts, for example, last year in their opener against Warland. The Powell Panthers rushed 42 times for 210 yards. Unfortunately, when we look over on the defensive side for our Wolverines, they allowed 43 in their first game and 322. They allowed a lot of rushing yards throughout the season, except for in the one win against Rawlins. Of course, your Riverton Wolverines going 1-7 last year, looking to build on this. And when we had a chance to talk to Coach Anderson, he talked about youth and depth.
Yeah, he had quite a bit of faith in his youth, and he honestly thinks that Derek DeVries could be a shining remnant of his brother, his older brother, who was pretty successful with Riverton not too long ago. We're going to see they like to use a kind of a dual threat type of offense with their quarterback. They really think that their quarterback, Derek DeVries, has the legs more than the arm. Well, the same as the arm, but he believes that the running game of the quarterback could be extremely strong. And look at Powell coming out to this home crowd.
And it's definitely going to be something that Riverton's going to have Derek have a phenomenal season. For them to improve from 1-7, we don't expect 8-0, 9-0, anything like that, but to have improvement, because last year the most they threw in a game was 19, and that's saying something because in some of those games they were behind by quite a bit, and they still kind of stuck with the run without a lot of faith maybe in some of the passing game. So we've got about 2 minutes. We're going to take one more commercial break, and we will be right back here with all the action on KTAK.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
And welcome back to KTAK's coverage of Riverton Wolverine football. We are ready for kickoff here, about 38 seconds. We are looking at, and you're going to have to bear with us, this is scrimmage for the kids, this is scrimmage for us. What numbers have we got back there? It looks like we got Justin Newberry, a senior, as one of the returners, and the other number, I can't lay eyes on it. We've got to get some binoculars. Oh, Powell is back to receive the kickoff. I don't know how I messed that up. So kicking off for your Wolverines is going to be number 20, Hunter Saltzgaber. He's a freshman, so he's got it teed up on the 40. Back deep for Powell looks to be Trey Stenerson. And I can't lay eyes on the number because of the view of the angle we've got, but I think it's 16. Nope, it's definitely not 16 because I don't have that. So we'll get that in just a second. So Saltzgaber has it teed up after the whistle, after it fell off the tee. Maybe it was the flaming P in the corner that did it. And the kick is low, and it's going to be a whistle. And it's going to be a false start legal procedure against Riverton. And my guess is, especially after seeing that kick, Sean, is they'll back him up the 5.
Yeah, and I don't think that Saltzgaber got everything underneath it. I think it was starting to fall off the tee a little bit there as well. But we'll see. A third time's a charm when it comes to the kickoff.
All right, Saltzgaber's going to back it up to the 35. Not if you believed in premonitions or signs, not the best sign for a start of the season. No, definitely not. But reminder, we have not played a minute yet. We've had 2 whistles, one being a penalty against Riverton. There it goes again. And it falls off the tee now. So my guess is at this point there's going to have to be a holder, or they're getting mighty close to it. They're not going to signal that yet.
What's funny is it doesn't feel that windy out here.
It doesn't, but we are somewhat protected from 3 sides here in the press box. Special shout out and thanks to Powell for taking care of us and putting us here in the box. I've been in some weirder places. Saltzgaver puts a little more oomph to it, and it's going to bounce at the 20, down to the 10. It's mishandled by Stenerson, who has to go back to the 7. He's at the 10. He gets up to the 15, and he is just barely brought down by Ty Sheets, number 2. And Ty Sheets is taking a second to get up. That was basically a big gain tackle or a preventer, and Ty Sheets is down. So he did save a big gain, if not a touchdown, as Stenerson took that from the 5 all the way to the 25. They're going to mark it at the 27. So while they take an injury timeout to look at Sheets, we'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on KTAK.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Okay, we are back, and we're going to have to do a little bit of fixing here. It is a show for us, so let's get rid of the pregame logo. And back at quarterback is, I can't see a number. They're black. They're rolled up their arms pretty good, but looks to be Jet Schwan, a junior for Powell. He's going to take it and throw to Stenerson, who breaks the tackle. He's at the 40. He's at the 50. He's trying to get past. Wow. He does. He is at the 30, the 25, the 20, and he is finally taken out by number 11. That'd be Nick McIntosh, the junior, with a touchdown-saving tackle. So Stenerson, obviously, Sean, as he is the kickoff returner, he's speed.
Yeah, and he might be their number one look just from the looks of it from the first 2 plays. He can break some tackles, as it shows. That was some poor tackling at the beginning, but they really did almost have him wrapped up in the second or third. But I see them getting...
We got some laundry. We got some laundry on the field. It's going to be an illegal block in the back. That is not going to nullify the first down or a big gain. It's just going to make it a little bit less. They were scrimmaging from the 27. They're going to spot it at the Riverton 46. So a gain of 23 plus 4, so 27. Gain of 27, 1st and 10, and Schwan will come back into the shotgun. He's in kind of a modified, well, never mind, he's got 2 backs. Look like they were maybe going for the pistol. 2 out wide to your right, 1 to the left, and we've got offsides on Riverton there. They tried to anticipate the snap count, and that penalty's going to go against, I can't see the number, 55. That is going to go against Bryce Mason, the junior. So we'll bring it up to the Riverton 41 with 11:44 to go in the first.
And, Kevin, this is our first game, but we called a lot of Bryce Mason during the baseball season. So
we did. Same formation out of the gun. They hand it off to number 22, Steven Stanball, and he's going to get on second, well, what was going to be 1st and 5, he's going to get about 3 to make it 2nd and 2. So a little draw there. Well played by Riverton to keep it to a gain of a minimum, but when you have a penalty like that, 1st and 5, not really hard to get 60% of it back.
And they're definitely going to be predicting a lot of runs to the inside. That's exactly what Powell likes to do, and they're already showing it.
Okay, Schwan comes out. He's got 2 down on the bottom, 1 up top on your radio dial. He fakes the handoff, then gives it off on a draw again, once again giving it to Stanball, who is going to successfully rush to the 1st down all the way down to the Riverton Wolverine 32.
And 1st down Panthers, but man, they 22, he ran into his own player there, got a little bit stopped up. That could have been a few extra yards if he had not ran into his own blocker, but thankfully for Riverton, he did so and got stopped up on the 32.
So, folks, we got something new for you this year. Gone is the scoreboard camera, and we've got a scoreboard graphic for you on Facebook and stuff, or send us a message on email. Let us know what you think of it. We can always make some changes to it if it's blocking view. And the snap is going to go, and number 1 is going to go on an end around. That was Jet Schwan. That was Jet Schwan, the quarterback. Never mind a keeper, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I was trying to get the scoreboard up. It's a scrimmage for us, too. But another 1st down as he gets all the way down to the 20. That puts Powell Panthers in their first drive into the red zone.
Yeah, and he was looking for a pass downfield, but when he saw there was no one in front of him, he said, I'll just keep this and run it myself, get the 1st down.
So special shout out to Buckle Up for Life. They are one of the sponsors of this game and of the season for all of our broadcasts. By the way, if you're looking for it, you can find it on KFCW's page. If you're looking for Lander, and we had a score earlier that was 28-0 Lander. Handoff goes from Schwann to Seifert. Seifert is going to zigzag his way down to, this is a horrible angle for us now, but about the 12.5 yard line. So
54-0 right now.
So 54-0, Lander Valley over
Pinedale.
Lander really flexing some muscle in this scrimmage, and good job for them. Thermopolis is scrimmaging. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get to that game, but we will be with them live during the regular season. And we have our first game of the week coming up this Thursday, I do believe, Sean.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. And we're going to have Cody Beers calling it as well.
Okay, Jet Schwann's going from the I formation, first time under center. Snap, he's going to hand it off to the tailback. He's going to look to go wide left. There is absolutely nothing there as a gang of Wolverines brings him down.
What a hit. And that was 58, I believe, that had the first hit on him, and he just lowered his head and barreled right through him. Jackson Hill.
So that was a nice, they didn't have to get much.
No, they did
not. But they got the 2 yards they needed, but good job by the Wolverines of keeping contained and not letting him get the edge. Sadly, though, it's still 1st and goal from the Riverton 8. Schwann's going to come out of the wishbone, or the wing, excuse me. He's coming out of the wing or the wishbone, whichever one you want to call it, depending on where you're from. He's going to hand off to the tailback. He's going right. He's going to cut through the middle, and there is a touchdown. Powell Panthers with the first score of the game. It was a very nice run indeed. I'm trying to 18 with the run. That's Cody Seifert, and very quickly, your Wolverines trail 6-0.
And 22 is the kicker for them, Steven Stambaugh. Junior, also running back, and a senior running back in DB for Powell. Puts the extra point up, and it is good. So after the first roughly 6 minutes and 6 minutes and 8 seconds. It is, it's 12-minute quarters. Yeah.
4 minutes and 3 minutes and 8 seconds. It is 7-0 Powell. We'll be right back on KTAK.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
Riverton Vision.
And we're back here on KTAK. Again, you're joining Kevin Shields and Sean O'Brate here. 7-0 Powell Panthers with 8:52 to go in the first quarter. Powell is now going to be kicking off to Riverton. Who have we got back there? We got number 2, Ty Sheets, and we got number 22. And that is Dominic Payne. So glad to see number 2 back out there because he, on special teams, was slow to get up after that, let's be honest, touchdown-saving tackle.
Oh, yeah, and he landed right on the kick returner on that kick return, so just probably got the wind knocked out of him.
Stambaugh going low, and it's going to go out of bounds, so you couldn't have hoped for a better kickoff, actually, if you're Riverton, because that is going to bring it all the way out to, in college it'd be the 35, in pros I think it'd be the 35, but I think it may be the 40 in high school.
I would think so as well.
It's going to be the 35. Unless he's taking a really roundabout way to get to. Actually, no, he's coming forward again. So
they've got it is 2 balls on the field, that's why.
It's going to be at the 35. So it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 35 with 8:52 left. Of course, kick going out of bounds, no clock moving off. And Derek DeVries comes out, and you can just see he towers over most of his teammates. He is in the shotgun with a 2-back set flanking his left and right. He has 2 up top and 1 down bottom as far as the receivers go on your radio dial. Riverton is going left to right. Press man coverage is seen on the left. DeVries hands it off, and he's going to get stonewalled. Is Brayton Vincent, the senior, after a minimal gain. He might have gotten 1.
And Coach Anderson, as well as the offensive coordinators and the other play callers for the Riverton Wolverines, they have a lot of faith in Braden Vincent. They talk a lot about how he's going to be a big part of the offense. He's going to be on both sides of the ball, but he's going to be everywhere. He's going to be a wideout, halfback, running back. He can do it all.
After the spot, there's no gain on that. He did get just stood up. So DeVries come back out, same set with 2 up top and 2 men flanking him, 1 man at the bottom at the wide receiver. DeVries takes it. He's going to hand it off again, and he is going to lose yards. Is Dominic Payne. Dominic Payne throw for a loss. That offensive line just could not stop anybody. And several Powell Panthers in on the stop there with 8:02 and counting left in the first quarter.
Well, and now they're stuck in a situation where they want to throw, and it's not that they don't believe in Derek, but they do think that Derek is a great running quarterback. And so far, we're going to have to rely on his arm just to get the first down and not just go 3 and out right away.
All right, same formation for DeVries. You'd think he'd have to pass here. He is out of the shotgun. DeVries looking to go deep, and he just overthrows it. It would have most likely been short. The throw would have been short. He was gunning for Sheets, number 2, and that will lead to a punting situation for the Wolverines. One of the things I've noticed is that with Kate Gabrielson, they are playing press man coverage. So what you told me on the drive up here about his speed must be true.
He's probably one of the fastest players in the region, in the county as well, and I think that they're really going to rely on him here eventually, maybe if they get away from the run on their next possession here.
So it looks like to me that Derek DeVries is punting.
I believe he has a leg. I saw him punting in practice.
He is punting. Snap, and the punt is going to be a nice one. It's going to be fielded at the 30.
Nice.
He's going to make a move. Is Cody Seifert. He comes back to his left, and now he's got blocking. He's at the Riverton 40, the 30. He's got a chance. He's finally going to be brought down at the 20 by number 22. That being Dominic Payne, so not good punt coverage there. I don't know if he outkicked what the coverage expected. Didn't look that way. They had a chance to nail him down here, but some poor tackling, and he went right, then he came back left, and he had that wall set up.
Yeah, and the Riverton Wolverines were just not wrapping him up, and he had number 11 on the rocks, just right there. Number 11 got his ankles twisted up, and next thing you knew, there was no one in front of him.
So the Powell Panthers at the red zone again on their own 20. They will come out in the I formation. 1 receiver's up top. Looks like dual tight ends. And they are going to hand it off, no surprise there, to Stambaugh, and he is going to fight his way down to about the 15 for a gain of 5.
And they are running, just like we said at the beginning. They're a hard-nosed running team right up the middle. They don't want to try and go outside unless they have to. And the quarterback has an arm, but I don't think that they're going to rely on that very much. They're going to rely on the legs of everyone else.
Well, and that's their history, at least the past 2 years as I was doing some research for this. They will throw, they will come out of the gun, but they like to run the football. And again, out of the I formation, as an SEC guy, University of Georgia grad, it does my heart good to see some I formation. Again, he's going to take it. It's going to be a play fake. He rolls right. He's going to hit his tight end who is blitzing,
nice
not blitzing,
tackle,
but coming over to the right. That being Landon Brazelton. And he is going to have a first down, and they are going to be inside the 10 at about the 3, I do believe. We don't really have a good angle going that way. So it's first and goal, about 4 yards actually from pay dirt for the Panthers. And they so far, Sean, have had their will. They've done what they wanted to do.
Yeah, it has not been hard for them to get up the field, and right now we're going to see what they can do.
All right, so Schwann is going to come out in the wing again. He's got 3 running backs there with him. Slanted to the right, he's going to hand it off, and Riverton reads it in the backfield, and I do believe that'll be no gain. It will be no gain. Multiple tacklers led by number 56, Xavier Garcia. So nicely done there. You got to ask the defense to come up with something here, or you're quickly with 6-12 and counting in the first quarter going to go down 14-0.
Did they lose a yard on that run, or is it just stagnant?
It's from the 4. It was no gain. And they're going to come out again out of the wing, it looks like. Schwann under center. No wide receivers out, of course, out of that formation. It's going to be a toss sweep to Cody Seifert.
Oh, they got him.
And it is red. Absolutely red. We're trying to lay a number on him about who did that. It looks like it might have been number 1. And that'd been Derek DeVries. I don't think
it's
that'd
number
be
5.
If it was number 5, it was Cade Gabrielson. No, it's number 4. It's number 4. It was Branson Saltzgaver. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, scrimmage for everybody here.
And we both need glasses.
Yeah, we've definitely got to get some binoculars. I'm wearing my glasses. You're not. I still can't see. So they're third and goal from right about the 11. So a long way to go. They're still in the bone. They're still in the wing tee, or whatever you want to call it. They're still in an option format. But the Powell Panthers head coach did not like what he saw out of that formation, and he calls a timeout. We'll take it with him with 5:12 to go in the first quarter. It is 7-0 Powell Panthers over your Wolverines. We'll be right back on KTAK.
Highly trained staff and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Frazier, Dr. Hinkle, Dr. Ballard, and Dr. Davis offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today. In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by...
And we are back out of the timeout. We'll get back to the sponsors in just a second. Coming out of the wing formation, Schwann takes it. He's now going to roll after the fake to his left. He's going to throw it towards the end zone, and it's knocked down by number 58. That's Jackson Hill with the nice play. So now, are we going to be looking at a field goal?
They might.
It's kind of a roll of the dice whether teams have good field goal kickers or not.
Well, and the wind is going the opposite direction, so...
Based on what they're doing here, it does look like they are going to try and kick it. It looks like the holder is going to be Steven Stambaugh. No, excuse me, Steven Stambaugh is going to be kicking. Holder will be Jet Schwann. Riverton not fully buying it, not selling out for the field goal block. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 5:03 left in the first quarter, it is 10-0 in favor of the Powell Panthers. We'll be right back with more Riverton Wolverine football here on KTAK.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference.
All right, and we're back here on KTAK. The Powell Panthers leading your Riverton Wolverines 10-0 with 5:03 to play in the first quarter. That's the first signs of life we've really seen from Riverton, was that defensive stance to hold them to 3. And they are going to tee it off. Steven Stambaugh will be the kicker like he was on the field goal. Back is Sheets, and I do believe Sheets and Dominic Payne again. This time it's taken by Payne at the 5. He's at the 10 to the 15. He eludes one tackler. He's now bunched up, but he does fight forward and gets to the 23-yard line. So 23, about an 18-yard return there with 4:55 to go in the first quarter. 10-0 trailing, and we'll see what the coaches have dialed up here. The last drive, unfortunately for Riverton, lasted about 57 seconds. It was a 3-and-out, punted on 4th. Punt was about 32 yards, and it was a negative gain of 6. They lost 6. One run for nothing, the next one for -6, and then an incomplete pass. So out come the Wolverines. They will be going from the 23. DeVries in the shotgun. He's got 2 up top and 2 down low, and he has 1 in Dominic Payne, 1 personal protector. Ty Sheets comes across, fakes the end around, and DeVries is going to keep it, I do believe, and he gets racked up quickly for a loss of 3. So it will be 2nd and 13. It'll be second. They're going to say 12. It's about 12 and a half. So we'll say 2nd and 12 after a loss of 3, because we have to round up for stat purposes.
Yes, we do.
So coming out of the huddle, and this is a change for me. Where I came from, our high school, Sean, went no huddle, and it was just berserk.
Oh.
But so I actually enjoy this a little bit more.
A little bit of time.
DeVries from the same formation, Payne back protecting me. He's got 4 wideouts. This time he's going to hand to Payne, and Payne is going to look to knife his way for a gain, but all he does is get tackled for maybe a half a yard gain to a yard. They might give him 1. So he actually got 2. They spotted him 2, so it's going to be back to the original line of scrimmage on the 23 of Riverton, 3rd and 10.
And I mean, they have just pretty much done the same thing the first two series, doing run, and not getting any gain. Now they're stuck in a throwing situation.
Same formation, shotgun with Dominic Payne back to protect him. Cade Gabrielson down on the right, one of his favorite targets, one of the Wolverines' favorite targets. And we have a defensive offsides. They tried to time the cadence, so that will make it a little bit more manageable, and it will be a 3rd and 5 from the 28.
And I think that the Wolverines couldn't have gotten luckier with that timing, because if they had gone 3 and out on both of their opening possessions, which I'm not saying they can't now, but let's just, it would have been a little better.
Let's not talk that way. So out of the same formation, DeVries looks. He's going to throw it. He's got a receiver wide open, and he drops it.
And that was Cade.
Cade Gabrielson had made a nice move. First time I'd seen him go up top as far as going on Derek's left. And he just dropped it right at the first down marker, something you can't have happen down 10-0. So I'm guessing it's going to be a punting situation with 3:26 to go, but you never know what tomfoolery could come when you have your quarterback as your punter.
That's what I was about to say. They might be in better position with a quarterback as their punter. You don't see that very often.
DeVries back to punt. There's the snap. And the punt is going to go not very far, it's going to bounce around the 40, take a Riverton bounce. It is touched by the receiver, but he falls on it at the 42. So he tried to take it off the bounce, almost fumbled it away. No Riverton Wolverines there to take it. So with 3:17 to go in the first quarter, it is 10-0. Powell Panthers over your Wolverines. We'll be right back after these messages on KTAK.
You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help.
And we're back here on KTAK. Going from the gun is quarterback Schwann for Powell. It's going to be an end around to Keono Wisniewski.
Wow, what a tackle.
And he is tracked down and thrown for a 2-yard loss by Cade Gabrielson. Lovely play takes. And they've done well, Sean, on those plays that have tried to go outside. It's the interior running that they've gotten gashed on. But good job by the defensive line to push it as far outside. Cade Gabrielson with the play. And for the first time, Powell is behind the sticks, as they say, at 2nd and 12.
Yeah, that was just great vision by Cade Gabrielson there. He knew exactly where the ball was going, and he's probably the only player with the speed to get out there in that time.
Shotgun formation for Schwann. He has 1 back protecting him, 2 up top, 2 at the bottom. 24 is going to go in motion. They're going to fake it to him and go up the middle, and they are wrapped up by a gang of Wolverines. Gain of about 1.5. So suddenly the defense is starting to show some signs of life, Sean.
Yeah, and that was like a fullback run right up the middle, just up the nose, and they were prepared for it that time.
Gang tackling, you love to see it. And now at 3rd and 10 with 2:07 in the first quarter, Schwann from the same shotgun formation, 2 up top, 2 at the bottom. Riverton in their defensive set. Schwann takes a snap. He's looking to dump it over. He gets it completed, but it was off target slightly, causing number 24, Case Bradish, to have to go to the ground to get it. So that brings up 4th and 10.
And, yeah, they got right up to the line of scrimmage that they started at, and that's kind of, well, that's exactly what Riverton wanted. But Powell, they just didn't get to operate with the same running style that they used to.
Nice stop. Ty Sheets is going to go back around his own 30 to try and field this punt. I can't see who's punting, but I don't think it's Schwann.
There's 2 punt returners now.
No, there is 2 punt returners now. Dominic Payne has joined him.
And Riverton's going to call a timeout.
Riverton calls timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on KTAK.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunner's Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires.
And welcome back. 10-0 here on KTAK, Powell Panthers, but the Riverton defense did stop them.
Oh, what
and a nasty punt, but he gets a little bit of a friendly roll, and it will go out about the 36 or 37 for Riverton. That thing looked like a duck that had been shot twice.
It went off the side of his foot. It almost missed his foot, it looked like, but he got a 23-yard kick.
So here's what we've got to see, though. Right now, Riverton has 5 yards in 2 drives, both of them 3 and outs, both of them taking all of about less than a minute. So we'd like to see something here. We'll see what the coaches do. So far, it has been run on first, run on second, throw on third, and throw on third and long. So DeVries is going to come out here. He is flanked by Dominic Payne and Braden Vincent, who are the personal protecting running backs in the back. And he's got 3 wide receivers, 1 up top and Kate Gabrielson, and 2 down low. Looking to blitz is Powell. They get to the quarterback, but he got rid of it to Dominic Payne, and he is going to make something out of nothing when it looked like we were going to see a quarterback sack there.
Yeah, and that was a pretty good idea by Powell to try and rush the quarterback. They just didn't get to him in time. Luckily, their defense was there for them on the left side of the ball.
So it'll be 2nd and 9. Got 1 yard. Nice ditch to his running back by DeVries there as we're under 45 seconds to play in the first as he felt the heat. Again, 2 personal protecting backs, 2 down low, 1 up top. Out of the gun, DeVries. They show blitz as Powell on the fake snap, and DeVries is going to keep it. He's at the 40 and all the way up to about the 42. So we got a whistle. We've got a hurt player on the field for Powell. It looks to be number 51, I do believe, Wyatt Blackmore, the junior offensive line defensive lineman. With 26 seconds left, it is 10-0. It will be 3rd and about 5.5, 6 yards for your Riverton Wolverines. But we'll be right back after this injury timeout here on KTAK.
6-22-88. Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935,
Okay, we've got to get our timing down. Commercials better. DeVries from the gun. He gets it, throws it, and it's low and incomplete, so it'll be 4th down. If they'd gotten a 1st down, I think this crowd, the small Riverton contingent that traveled, would be an absolute euphoria, Sean.
Oh, yeah, that was something that they were
needing. They would have really gotten
needing.
into that. It would have been euphoric, I'm telling you. So and that would have been them building off the defensive momentum. So once again, DeVries is going to be back to punt. And the defense, well, first and foremost, the special teams. They've had 1 really good coverage. They've had 1 very bad coverage.
Not to mention their first kickoff return coverage.
Yes, the first kickoff. So special teams, a work in progress, like everything is at this time of year. Snap to DeVries. DeVries gets a nicer punt off. It's going to hit around the 30. It's going back to the 20, and it's free, but Powell does fall on it at about the 18. So it'll be a 1st and 10 from their own 18 for the Powell Panthers. And we have 12 seconds left in the first quarter. We're going to stay right with them because they don't take a break like they. We don't have the official with the arm up in the clock. So, so Sean, what do you think so far? We've seen the defense come away. Is the offense still kind of stuck in first gear?
Yeah, and they were really relying, at least in practice, they told me they were relying on people with their speed like Cade and Braden Vincent. And so far, those are the two players that the Powell Panthers have kind of kept on the men there. It's really been up to DeVries to get all the yardage.
All right, going from the gun now, and that seems to be kind of a thing, but in the red zone, they go from under center, but out in the non-red zone, they go from the gun. 4 wideouts, 1 back to protect. Schwann goes back. He's looking for number 10. He finds him, and that is Trace Dennerson, who also breaks some tackles and gets right up to the first down marker. I do believe they'll give it to him.
Number 3, Braden Vincent and Ty Sheets ran into each other. Number 10 just made them run right into each other, and he got an extra 3 or 4 yards because of it.
I was about to say, are they really going to say he didn't get it? It would be about a centimeter, maybe an index card that we need some of. We also want to thank Gales Carpet One, Buckle Up with YDOT, and we also want to thank Hampton, our pregame sponsor, Sutherlands, our starting lineup sponsor, and we've got some cool gifts for players of the game tonight, too, so
yes,
I look forward to that. From some of our sponsors, so you want to stick around for the Click It or Ticket postgame show. But we've got the end of the first quarter, and after 1, it is 10-0 Powell Panthers over the Riverton Wolverines. We'll be right back here on KTAK.
To build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
My name is Sarah Lowe, and I have been in law enforcement in Fremont County for 13 years. I didn't know much about therapy in general until I got injured in October of 20 chasing a cow. So I had to get shoulder surgery. And after my surgery with Fremont Orthopedics, I went to Fremont Therapy. And they were really excited to see you. So it was a really warm, welcoming experience.
All right, welcome back. 10-0 Powell Panthers here on KTAK over your Riverton Wolverines. They're going from the gun. They're looking to pass. Completed to Alex Jordan. Jordan's at the 40, the 45, before he is ushered out by Ty Sheets. So about a 15-ish yard, actually 13-yard gain there for Schwann on the completion to Alex Jordan. Scrimmaging from their own 45. As we are now 6 seconds into the second quarter. Ty Sheets did lower that shoulder and force him out of bounds, but not until after he'd caught it and gone for 13. Again out of the gun with 4 wide and 1 back. Schwann is going from the gun. He's looking to go deep.
What a
He's
pass.
got a man open. He's at the 30, the 20, the 15, 10, and down around the 5 where he is tracked down by...
Is that Ty Sheets, I believe?
I think that is Ty Sheets. The completion was to Alex Jordan.
Oh, no, that was Braden Vincent that tackled him.
Braden Vincent with the stop, but huge gain of roughly about 40 yards.
Yeah. Coach of the Powell Panthers is pumped up, and rightfully so. That was a perfectly placed pass right on the spot, and now they have 6 yards to go.
So in the red zone, and the first time in the red zone where they're actually going to stay in the gun. Staying wide, 2 wide right, 2 wide left, 1 back in the protection area. Schwann gets the snap. He's going to look for the right corner, and it's off of his receiver, Kate Gabrielson, there on the defense as Schwann was looking for a Nathan Feller.
Yeah, and it looked like it went right through his hands and right off of his helmet. I mean, it was a perfectly placed pass right in the numbers. He just didn't grab it right when he had to there.
They were
Number
trying,
12.
Yeah, that's Nathan Feller. They were trying to bring out and go wide right, not into the end zone, but trying to free a guy up one-on-one and let him make a play. It was unsuccessful, so it would be second and goal. I don't know why they have 2nd and 10 up, but 2nd and goal from the 5 with 11:39 to go in the half. Schwann for Powell. Gets the snap. He fakes the handoff. He rolls slightly right, throws into the flat, and it is incomplete wide right.
And that was once again Ty Sheets.
On coverage. Poorly thrown. Wide receiver tried to reach out for it. It was low and off target. So 3rd and goal. Can the defense once again stop a close-in situation and give Riverton a much better-looking 13-0 possibly rather than 17-0?
I'm interested to see if this is a run here.
Still from the gun. Schwann has a personal protector on his right. 2 up, 2 down. Snap. He's looking towards his right. He completes it for the touchdown. Touchdown was complete to number 10. That would be Trey Stenerson, who is old reliable for him. And it is 16-0 with the point after attempt pending.
And that was a pretty good ball there, and there was just no one around him. There was probably 2 or 3 yards of separation between Stenerson and everyone else. It was a good play call by Powell, and the kick is good.
So after we've played about 30 seconds of the second quarter, it is 17-0. Powell here, and Powell, your Riverton Wolverines trailing with 11:30 to go in the first half. We're going to pay some bills right now, and we'll be right back after these messages here on KTAK.
Make sure I had the best mobility for my job. Rachel's a firecracker. She's just a little spitfire. It was fantastic, a great environment to go and have your therapy.
Hi, this is Terry Banker. I'm minister at New Hope Christian Church in Lander, Wyoming. We want to support the kids of this area academically, athletically, and spiritually. Our address is 630 Mount Hope Drive. Come to Sunday school at 9:30 and our worship service at 10:45.
From one corner of the
And welcome back here on KTAK. We are going to get those commercials timed properly at some point in time. So the ball is teed up to be kicked off by Steven Stanball, the senior from Powell. And we've got Sheets and Dominic Payne back still for your Wolverines with 11:30 to go in the second quarter.
Payne's had an okay return so far. Let's see if he can get it again.
Kick is high. It's going towards out of bounds, and it is out of bounds. So the flag will come out yet again, and Riverton will get the ball at the 35. So either they're not very good at kicking, or but no, the kicks look decent.
They are.
I mean, they're definitely not what you see on Sundays or Saturdays, but this is high school football. So I think that may be the plan. I think they're trying to pin them in a corner. I don't think they're necessarily meaning to go out of bounds.
No, definitely. And to be honest, special teams has kind of been the bane of both of these teams' existence right now. It's either starting off poorly for Riverton or it's starting off poorly for Powell, but it's always starting off poorly because of special teams.
The only special teams that's looked half decent is the point after and field goal attempts for Powell.
Yes, definitely.
So that has been on point, but outside of that, DeVries is out of the gun. He's got one back with him. That's Sheets. 2 up top and 2 down low. Excuse me, no, Sheets is not in back. Dominic Payne's in the back. Sheets comes out of the slot on an end route. He's got some blocking. He's got 10. He's got 15. He's got about 13, but there is a flag. I think that is going to be in the area of potentially holding.
That would have been a first down. Let's see what it is.
That would have been their first down of the night, would it not?
Yes, it would have been on their 4th drive.
So let's see. It came in the area. It could have been. It is going to be holding because they asked. No, it's not. I don't think. Let's see here. Yes, it's going to be holding.
It is.
They were asking, actually Riverton. They were looking over there. Now they're asking Powell. So of course they're going to take it. And I do believe I'm not fully caught up on Wyoming high school rules as of yet, so I don't know if in this state it's a spot foul or not. Actually, no, they signaled the wrong direction, I guess. Hold on here. I'm getting confused now.
The refs are confused. We're confused.
No, it's going to be a spot foul. So it's going to be from the spot. I think it was the wide receiver down here on the safety, and that was number 15 for Riverton. That was Bo Anderson who was that. No, that wasn't. Excuse me. That was Kate Gabrielson was down there along with one other receiver, and I do believe they were called for holding, but it was a spot foul. So
the refs are taking their sweet time.
The referees are about as confused as you and I are being newcomers.
It's a scrimmage for everyone today.
So they do get, it is a spot foul, so it's going to lead to a second down, and it's going to be it's going to be a gain of 2, basically. On a rush that was good for about 12-13, it's a gain of 2.5, 3. 1st and 7 is what they're putting up. DeVries out of the gun. Dominic is on his left. I do believe it's Dominic. I can't tell. Yes, it is. Dominic Payne on his left. He's got 2 wide, right and left. Fading back, he's going to throw, and it is completed to Nick McIntosh at about the 43, 42-yard line. They're going to spot it right in between, right at the 43. So 3rd and 2, 3rd and manageable. You've got everything available. They're still going to keep 2nd down, so I'm guessing the marker guy was wrong. It should have been a repeat of 1st down, so it was 1st and 7. Now it's 2nd and 2. So Riverton's still trying to get their first down of the evening, so to speak, as far as a gain of 10 and not helped by penalty.
That was a good catch.
DeVries is going from the gun, same formation, 2 up, 2 down. 1 personal protector. No, now creeping up is Powell, and they are going to blitz. DeVries is going to keep it. He's going to look to knife in. He's at the 50 down to the 47.5 of Powell. So first time, Sean, that Riverton is threatening inside of Powell territory.
Yeah, and that was a great little 8-9 yard run there by Derek, and it didn't look like there was very much open, and he just found a seam and walked right over that first down marker.
So DeVries is going to go out of the gun. Dominic Payne protecting him on his right. Looks like Sheets and Gabrielson are down low. McIntosh. He's looking for McIntosh going long.
There's
it's
some laundry.
Incomplete, but there will be some orange laundry on the field. I think it's going to be defensive pass interference. They could get him for holding, though. It depends on when they thought the foul happened, whether the quarterback had the ball or not.
He definitely had hands on him when the ball was in the air, so we'll be interested to see. And that was almost immediate, too. Both refs saw it, and they were like, that's not how it's going to go down here. So
it's pass interference against Powell.
And they're going to be all the way up at the 35, it looks like.
Okay, I'm confused by what the refs are trying to do. Okay, they're marking it off now. Okay. So keep on walking, Mr. Referee. Keep on walking. So it's going to be a 15-yard penalty, roughly, down to the 33. 33 and a half. And Riverton now moving with 10:19 to go in the half, down 17-0. 17-7 sounds a whole lot better, Sean.
It does, and they have to keep this momentum going if they even want to get that 7 up there.
From the gun, Dominic on his left. McIntosh and Sheets down low, but he's going to throw it out. And, they had something. They wanted to work Braden Vincent, off to the right. He only took about a step or 2 forward, and DeVries just off target threw it at his feet.
Yeah, it was a lot lower than he expected it. And Braden Vincent, they are really trying to get him into this offense. They say that the coaches say that he's going to be the one to pay attention to whenever things get hairy in games. So that's exactly what they're trying to do right now.
2nd and 10, DeVries out of the gun, same formation they've had the entire time. The only thing that seemingly changes is where Dominic lines up to protect him. DeVries is going to throw over the middle. He was looking for McIntosh, and he is very, very lucky there, Sean, that it was not picked off, as it was, though he did not see the middle linebacker.
No, not at all. And I think that the linemen in front of him, they're not taller than him by any means, but he didn't see them over his own line there. It was a good pass as far as the distance that it was going to have, but it was just tipped up in the air.
So after driving down the field to the Powell 33.
Here's a different lineup.
It is 3rd and 10. DeVries out of the gun. He is joined by Braden Vincent and Dominic in the backfield. He fakes. Looks to throw across the middle, incomplete. Well defended. He was trying to target Cade Gabrielson at the 5, but well defended by Trey Stennerson. Fastest on fastest, I do believe. And so this brings up an interesting predicament. 4th and 10 from the 33. I don't know if they have a field goal kicker who could kick it from there, but you certainly wouldn't punt down 17-0 from the 33.
No, this is going to be, depending on how many yards they get here, this could be a field goal or a punt coming up after this, but they need to get 10 yards. That's all they're worried about right now.
So they are going for it. Dominic and Vincent back there protecting DeVries. DeVries looks over, and they don't see. He saw something he didn't like, and he's going to call a timeout. We'll take it with him. 10:04 in the first half. Powell Panthers 17. Riverton Wolverines nothing. We'll be right back here on KTAK.
2% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Wind River Family and Community Healthcare has clinics located in Arapahoe, Ethity, and Riverton. We provide family medical services along with dental, optometry, behavioral health, physical and occupational therapy, and more. Our in-house lab and pharmacy at all locations make for a one-stop primary healthcare center for your healthcare needs. Wind River Family and Community Healthcare is striving for a stronger.
Okay, and we're back here on KTAK on 4th down. DeVries out of the gun. He's going to look deep into the end zone. He has a touchdown! Wolverines! Beautiful throw on the fade pattern as he found
11.
His man, Nick McIntosh, who has been targeted more and more as this quarter has gone on. That is a touchdown for your home Wolverines. And coming out to kick the extra point will be, you're going to have to tell me who this is because I'm going to change the scoreboard.
I believe this is the same kicker as we've had here. So number 20.
DeVries? No.
Yeah, he's
no,
the punter, yeah.
Number 20, Hunter Saltzgaver, a freshman, is going to be looking to put the extra point up and good. And it's going to be held, I do believe, by McIntosh.
Yeah, he's got the hands for it. That was a great catch over the shoulder.
Yes, it was a beautiful pitch and catch. Kick is up, and it is going to be pure. So, all of a sudden, when all hope may have seemed lost, at 17-0, McIntosh, DeVries hook up, and they say not quite yet. With 9:57 to go in the first half, 17-7, Powell over Riverton. We'll be right back on KTAK.
More information can be found at windrivercares.com.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Heading south, down the road in a gold Cadillac, coupe de ville.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
All right, and welcome back to KTAK's coverage of Riverton Wolverine football. Some signs of life, Sean.
Oh, yeah, that was exactly what they needed. And now, I mean, only a 10-point deficit doesn't seem so bad after the way that momentum got them going. Let's see if the defense can keep up the momentum, get the ball back quickly, and maybe it could be an even closer game before halftime here in 10 minutes.
9:57 to go in the half. Saltzgaver is going to tee it up. Let's see if we have a little more success than the last time when the wind blew it off twice.
Yeah, that was his first and only kick, and let's see how much better this is from the first one.
Can't lay eyes on the numbers through the glass
10
here,
and
but I can
18.
almost guarantee you that one is going to be Seifert and Stennerson. That doesn't shock me. Kick goes to Stennerson, I do believe. No, yes, Stennerson. He picks it up off the ground, and he's going to get tackled right around the 16 or 17. Good coverage there by your Wolverines.
That coverage was really good because the squib kick looking ball there went about 10 yards past the kick returner at first, almost went into the end zone underneath his legs. That allowed Riverton to get up in a hurry all the way down to the ball returner. And now we're going to have the ball on the 17, which is a best starting position so far for the Riverton Wolverines defense to defend from.
Ball on 17, a little bit of huddle and substitution confusion as they had to wave a guy off trying to come into the game. So Schwann is still at quarterback for the Panthers. He's going out of a kind of a pistol formation where he has a tailback behind him. He's going to get the snap, and he's going to hand it to that tailback, and off he goes all the way to the 26, does Steven Stambaugh.
Yeah, that was a good run right up the middle, and they're back to their pride and joy there with the inside running, and that is where they've had a lot of success so far. Obviously, they had a few good passes, but that inside run, watch it, it's dangerous.
Yeah, they definitely had success coming inside, and now I understand the outside hasn't worked for them, but they're still going to go to it.
Oh, for sure.
They want to make it where you have to be honest, and it's just a really well-done running attack that kind of got forced off track on the last drive, and the last two drives really only getting 3 out of it. From that pistol again with 2 out, 1 on the top, 1 on bottom. He's going to fake this time to the tailback. He's going to look at it. He's going to get taken down for a loss. Sack by number 50, that being Ryan Cox, the sophomore. Got in there right as Schwann was looking to pump and throw it downfield and said, not today, not on my watch. And suddenly it is going to be about 3rd and a mile. And for those of you who may be listening from home, or my wife and my kids, they know what comes now. It's going to be it's going to be 3rd and a country mile.
Out here
2
for
country
sure.
miles is 15.
There we go.
Anything over 9 or over is 3rd and a country mile. So they are going to go, no doubt, out of the gun. They are going out of the pistol once again with 1 receiver up and 1 down, with 1 back protecting. Fake to the tailback, looking to throw, and it is tipped and blocked nicely by Mr. Xavier Garcia, the junior. So suddenly, after such a big rushing first down, it's 4th and 9.
Wow, and yeah, the 2 last plays have gone straight into the backfield for the Wolverines. There's been no one stopping these guys. What a great pass block there, and the first one by Ryan Cox, that sack, I mean, he got him wrapped around the legs early.
So Sheets and Dominic Payne going to be back for the Wolverines on the punt. This is one of those, you want them to catch it. You don't want it to hit the ground, especially if it's up, because you should get good field position unless you get a funky bounce. Sheets is going to take it. He's got the 50, 45-40. He's going to cut in. He's at the 35-30, 25-20, and not to the 20 quite out. He's forced out at the 23. Great return by Mr. Ty Sheets.
That was honestly the best thing that could have happened. He made the first defender miss, and he had open range for the next 20 yards, and he was cutting up people right in the middle there, up for a 34-yard return, give or take.
Oh, and it was 28 plus 5, about 33.
Yeah.
33-yard return for young Ty Sheets. And the ball is spotted just in between the 23 and the 22-yard line here. Knocking on the door can quickly change the complexion completely of this game. DeVries out of the gun with 1 man right. He's going to look to pass. He's going to his left. He's got Sheets open. He's at the 10, the 8, the 7, and he's going to be forced out around the 6. 1st and goal, Wolverines.
Ty Sheets is having himself a game right now, and that's the momentum they need to keep going. What a perfectly placed ball by DeVries there, and it looks like we have some laundry there. We have a yellow flag in the backfield. We will see what that flag is
holding against your Wolverines. You know, it had to be obvious. I mean, it had to be an obvious hold there because, you know, a ref is not going to throw his flag all willy-nilly.
Definitely not. Not in the scrimmage game, too. We'll see. Maybe the regular season they get a little bit tighter. But that's heartbreaking for the Wolverines right now, especially with the way that this game is already going in their direction after the first few series did not. So they're going to be backed up quite a bit.
It's going to back them a lot. Well, because most likely it was in the backfield or it was at the line. So you want to talk about a country mile. It's now 2 country miles. We are looking at 10, 15, 17. It's 1st and 27, 28. 1st and 28, so eats up all the momentum to some extent.
It was one heck of a hold.
That was one heck of a holding. I think probably a personal foul, but they did signal holding.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a fake out of the gun. DeVries looking. We've got a flag again. He's going for Dominic Payne. It's off of him and picked off. Picked off the bounce. And, you know, they can only hope. The only two hopes is that this flag is against the Powell or it was a legal procedure, somebody jumped. That's the only thing that keeps it out of the interception there.
Their offense is staying on the ground, so I imagine.
Bounced off of Dominic Payne. They are talking to Nick McIntosh, actually, of Riverton. So this may be going against Powell. We shall see, but it was picked off. Dominic Payne had it hit him in his hands, and it went away, or bounced off his helmet in his hands.
Yeah.
And good job by the guy covering Ty Sheets to actually peel off and get that. And credit Ty Sheets for not losing focus and getting him down to the ground so no return was possible. But this is going to be...
Nope, it was intercepted.
It is an interception. It was a legal substitution against Riverton. Illegal shift, excuse me, my bad. Illegal shift against Riverton. Probably had two men going in motion, and so it will go over to Powell. They're going to have it 1st and 10 at their own 12.
And you know what? 12 yards, if you can have the same defensive pressure you had the last series, this could very easily turn into a problem for the Powell Panthers right now.
Well, the defense has to put out of their mind what they just saw because they did see a huge penalty, then an interception after it looked like momentum was starting to swing, and the defense has got to come in here and get it right back.
That was
Out
a
of
fullback
formation,
line.
handed to the fullback, and he's going to gain about 3.5 for Powell. So it'll be 2nd and 6, 6.5. We'll call it 6-4. We'll call it 7, actually, since it's Powell.
I'm a little old school. I love seeing a fullback get the ball and run right up the middle. I know my Kansas City Chiefs used to do it a lot more, but I just love when a team can utilize a fullback more than just a blocking guard.
Some of the absolute unsung heroes are the fullbacks, especially back in the day. Nowadays, you don't even see them usually on the field.
Exactly.
But right now, going out of the I formation, Schwann under center, he's going to take the snap, and he's going to hand off, and they're going to get to the 20, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 3. That was number...
Cody Seifert, 18.
Cody Seifert on the run, or Seifert, one of the two.
Yeah.
He's got it just right at the 20, so it'll be 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. We'll call it about 3rd and 2.5. They're coming out of the huddle, and you can expect they've gone to this I formation after the pass kind of not doing so well for them, and they've been running it up the gut. Out of the I formation, Seifert in the backfield has a leading fullback. Schwann takes the snap, hands it right to him, and he's going to have the first down, and he's trying to muscle for more, but a gang of Wolverine. Oh, he's still moving the pile. What effort by Seifert, and he's going to get it right up to the 29 and 7/8, basically the 30-yard line for a first down for Powell with 6:14 to go in the half.
That gang tackle tried to get a little dangerous at the end. They were trying to rip the ball out, and instead they kind of let him get a little bit more of his legs underneath him. And so now, I mean, that was an extra 2 yards that he gained when all of them tried to strip the ball out of his hands.
Well, I mean, they did their best. They tried to basically make him do the hokey pokey and turn himself around. But out of the I formation yet again on 1st and 10 from the 29 and 5/6. Handoff from Schwann goes back to Seifert, and he's got a hole, and he's got blockers. He's out to the 45, out to the Powell 48, where they will scrimmage 1st and 10. And I think we know what the theme of this drive is, Sean.
Yes, it is, and it's the same exact formation. That's their old faithful that they like to run with, and they have not changed very much about it since last season. We watched a little bit of some play from last year, and that was one of their favorite lineups that they like to use. And I'm pretty positive we will see it again right here. It's looking like it. Their fullback will be a little bit further back. And right now the Wolverines need to just keep expecting the run.
All right, out of the I formation again. Schwann, 2 tight ends. He's going to hand it to the fullback because he heard you, Sean, and he is going to plow ahead for a gain of about 3.5 to 4 with 5.5 to go in the half. And they're just methodically just slicing and dicing up the Riverton front line right now.
Yeah, and that front line did so well in the last series getting in the backfield, but that was when they were trying to pass. Now the quarterback doesn't have the ball in the backfield. It's the fullback that's already gone past the line. So what you need to do is adjust. You need to bring your corners up just a little bit. You don't want to give up a big pass, but right now they've ran 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in a row, and it's gotten nothing but positive yardage. The Wolverines need to do something different here.
From the I formation on 2nd and 6. Schwann is going to fake. Now he's looking way downfield. He's got a man streaking. Number 14 is going to pull it in. That is going to be a touchdown. Alex Jordan, as Nick McIntosh did 2 Cardinal sins. Not only did he let the receiver behind him, Sean, but he also fell down. He just tripped. I mean, we can't sugarcoat it any more than it is. So with 4:46 to go in the first half, it is now 23-7. Powell Panthers.
And yeah, number 14 just got right behind him. Right as I was saying, bring your corners in a little, they listened to me and brought him in way too much. And you know what? That wasn't all on McIntosh, but McIntosh needs to remember what that wide receiver can do behind him. There's no coverage.
Point after is up and good. Now, you know, it's a scrimmage, so it's a scrimmage for us too. So there are some bright spots to pick out of this, but you also have got to take advantage when you get a situation like this, because just think about 2 minutes ago we were talking about a chance to possibly make it 17-14 after great defensive stand and great return. Penalty, interception later, and it's now 24-7, and the whole landscape changes. But we're going to take this break with 4:46 to go in the half, 24-7. Powell will be right back on KTAK. And welcome back to KTAK's coverage of Riverton Wolverine football. You are here, you're listening in with Kevin Shields and Shauna Braid on color. And be sure to check out Wednesday's paper, Wednesday's Ranger and Lander Journal, as they will have a wrap-up of the Lander Valley game and this Riverton scrimmage game as well. And we've got something special we'll tell you about in just a second, as it is teed up and Powell kicks it off, and they're trying to go for the corner this time, not going out of bounds. Dominic Payne fields it around the 4. He's at the 14.
Nice break.
He's at the 15. Nice cut. Another nice cut, and he's going to take it all the way out to the 25-yard line. Nice job by Mr. Dominic Payne there, the senior running back, with 4:38 to go, as he fielded at the 4 and wound up getting just about 22 yards on the kickoff return. So nicely done. Let's see if the offense can pick up and get back to the ways of not their last drive, but the drive before last.
Yeah, the penalties really killed that last drive, and they were in the red zone, and that penalty brought them all the way back. They need to remember that moment. They don't need to remember the 2 moments after that.
Absolutely. Got to have short-term memory when you play sports. And out of the gun with two running backs back, one on each side. They're going to fake the handoff. He's going to fade back, and he's going to be in trouble. He shakes one, and he's going to lose about, I think after all was said and done, he's going to actually gain about 2 yards. Maybe 2.5 there. Derek got flushed pretty early on, which is weird. It's kind of odd. I'm sure the coach will be working on that because he had 2 personal protectors, and they both missed that guy.
Yeah, they both missed him.
So 3 guys, the offensive lineman and the 2 personal protecting backs, both whiffed on blocking him, but Derek savvy enough to get out to his left and turn it into a very modest gain of 2, but 2nd and 8's a heck of a lot better than 2nd and 15.
Oh, for sure.
So out of the gun, 2 protectors. He's got 2 up top, 1 down low. Now going right to left on your radio dial. Looks to maybe be an outside blitz coming from Powell. They don't. Little screen pass thrown out, or a little just not really a screen. Oh!
That hurt.
Oh, somebody just laid the hammer. Absolutely laid the hammer on number 11, Nick McIntosh, who is trying to come up, and he's going to net about a gain of 3 and make it about 3rd and 5, 3rd and a long 5, close to 6. But that was a shot.
Yeah, he took his head out right there, and you know what? He got the number 22 Dominic Payne with the ball. He got up right away and said, "Do it again. I'll be there."
McIntosh with the ball, I do believe. But okay, it was Dominic Payne. Okay. Okay, same formation, 2 down low. DeVries out of the gun, takes the snap. He's looking out to his left, and he throws it way too far right, or to the right of Nick McIntosh for him to come back and get it. So quickly go to 4th and 6 with 3:44 to go in the half.
And they're bringing out the punting blockers there, but like we've said before, DeVries is the punter here. And Powell's quarterback is also their punter. So you got a little bit of a dangerous 4th down situation on both sides, no matter where you look at it.
Absolutely. So it looks like DeVries is going to set up to punt, and going back is a man that probably will not need a lot of introduction later in the season, and that being Trey Stenerson, their big-time playmaker for Powell.
He's definitely done a lot. He did not catch the touchdown pass, but he has done quite a bit.
We've got a timeout on the field. We're going to take it with him. We'll be right back here on KTAK.
To local news, sports, events, and more, download the WyoToday app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WyoToday app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit WyoToday.com to download the WyoToday app now. Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at Du Bois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160.
And welcome back to KTAK's coverage of Riverton Wolverine football. Punting, he stood up at his own 16, and it goes off DeVries' foot. Horrible kick, and it's going to roll out of bounds right at the Riverton 45, or 46, excuse me. So Powell will be starting in Riverton territory with 3:39 to go. Just went off the side of his foot, was a lame duck, and it just went straight out of bounds. So unfortunate, and the defense has got to find a way here. 24-7. Just word of note: Lander Valley hosting
Pinedale, the Wranglers.
Pinedale, the Wranglers, up at Lander Valley tonight. They started early at 4 o'clock, and they won that game 54-0. So congratulations to the Tigers.
Yeah, and Riverton here, they're really looking forward to that rivalry game, but they have a lot of work to do before they get there.
Out of the gun, 2 up top, 1 down low, 1 person protecting back. Schwann's going to look to throw. He goes across the middle. Intercepted! Intercepted by Ty Sheets at the 38-yard line. Just what the doctor ordered.
Wow, that was right to him, and he didn't even have to really move that much, lower his hands a little bit. But you know where that play started? Number 55 for the Wolverines, Bryce Mason, was getting in the backfield and got really close to the quarterback.
Absolutely, and you know what that did to the momentum of Powell right there? It extinguished it.
Yes, it did. And the Panthers now, they were just on defense. They're tired. They don't want to be out there. But now this is where the Wolverines need to maybe exploit some defenses like they told me in practice that they want to do right now.
After extinguishing that drive, only letting it go 1 play with a nice pick by Ty Sheets. We've got DeVries in the backfield. He's joined by Payne. 2 up top, 2 down low. DeVries looking to throw to the outside. He does complete to Braden Vincent, who has a very modest gain of about 3 yards. So it'll bring up 2nd and 7 as the clock ticks under 3:25, 3:24.
That was a good pass. They just needed to get a little bit more up field, not go horizontal afterwards. But
out of the gun, same formation, 2 up top, 2 down low. Dominic Payne on his left. He's going to hand it off to Payne out of the gun. Payne is running right. He's got a gain of 5. He's got a gain of about 8, 9, 10. And he is going to get a first down around the Powell 46 as we tick under 3 minutes to go. Nope, he went out of bounds, they're saying. So 3:02. Oh, nope, first down moves to the chains.
There you go.
Pro, college, high school, got to get them all down. So they'll move the chains with 3:02. Quickly moving is DeVries, getting them up into the line. Same formation, same exact formation. Payne on his left and 2 up top and 2 down right. DeVries out of the gun, gets the snap. He fakes deep. Now he's going out deep and just barely misses a diving
Cade
Gabrielson. Cade Gabrielson having to dive out for that. Really probably a good thing he put it that far out because it would have been up for grabs potentially as Cade was being double teamed.
Yeah, and Derek DeVries was getting hit as he threw that ball. It was a little bit more lofted than I'm sure he wanted it to be. But Cade with the extension, that would have been a great catch if he could have hauled it in. And now we got 2nd and 10 here.
DeVries out of the gun. He's looking deep for Gableson. Incomplete. No flag. I think Riverton the sideline wants a flag. But it looked to here to be pretty good tight coverage.
Yeah, he had his hands over his shoulder pads. But
so 2:41 to go, and it brings up 3rd and 10.
And quickly, I mean, that momentum they had with the 2 plays to get the first down, that's kind of slowed down a little bit, and they're really going to rely on Derek to throw again here.
From the gun, DeVries in the exact, they haven't left this formation.
Oh, no.
Bad snap over his head. Ball's at the 30th, 35, down to the 33. And DeVries has no choice but to fall on it on the bad snap. Looked like kind of a combo that it was a high snap, but also that he wasn't quite ready for the snap. So to go to 4th and 2 country miles, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be about 4th and 38, or 4th and 31.
4th and 31.
4th and 31. It's a long way, so we're going to get a timeout by Powell. They don't want to let any of this clock go since they will probably have good position on the field. So we'll take that break with them. 2:21 in the half, 24-7. All Powell Panthers over the Riverton Wolverines. We'll be right back on KTAK.
CW.org to schedule your appointment.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
And we're back here on KTAK, 4th and 30. DeVries looking to punt. He's going to punt it down. It's going to land about 35, but it's going to take a Riverton bounce. A big Riverton bounce, actually. And it's going to be down all the way down around the 17. So that was the ball was on the 33, so that's 17 yards plus 33. That's a 50-yard punt there.
Just give or take, yeah.
Derek DeVries. Doesn't matter. It wasn't a pretty one. It's not like it was in the air the whole way, but hey, you take it how you can get it. He has himself a 50-yard punt.
And he has that goldfish memory because his last punt, if you don't remember, went about 8 yards. So that was much better than the last one, and that is going to pin Powell back in within their own 20 here, and we're going to see if the defense from Riverton can get back to their ways that was about 3 series ago. If they can get back into the backfield, especially number 55, Bryce Mason, if he can get back there and cause some trouble.
All right, and here we go out of the I formation handoff. To the fullback, number 40. That's Zane Graft.
48.
48, excuse me. That is Lannon Brazelton, running back linebacker, senior. That's a strong, powerful locomotive right there.
He looks more like a linebacker than anything. That's one of those big guys with the big shoulder pads you don't want to get in front of. And that might be one of the reasons the Wolverines weren't ready for him over there. We will see if they can repeat that or if maybe the Wolverines can get in the backfield.
All right, now shifting into the gun. Schwann is going to have it with 2:03 to go and a 17-point lead. Schwann looking to pass. He looks to his left and goes intercepted! Intercepted by Sheets. Sheets is at the 30, the 20, the 10. Let's say it together, gentlemen. Pick 6.
That is awesome. That is Ty Sheets' second interception of the game, and this one goes into the end zone, and they are going to call it a touchdown. Wow, and that was actually because of Cade Gabrielson's deflection into the hands.
Pass. Good way to keep concentration by Ty Sheets, and he had nothing but green for the pick 6. So 1:42 to go in the half, 24-13, and on will come young Mr. Saltzgaver, the freshman, to try and attempt the point after conversion.
That is exactly what the Wolverines needed, and now they can actually go into halftime with a little bit of breathing room. They obviously have a lot to regain, but they were only now they're only going to be down by 10 if he can make this field goal. I don't want to jinx him here. I said it too early, didn't I?
And it was blocked.
Yeah, I'm never going to do that again.
You jinxed him. Ladies and gentlemen, you can find Sean O'Bray Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at the Ranger offices if you would like to tell him not to do that anymore.
I might hide in the basement with the ghost there.
We don't have a ghost. Okay, 1 minute 42 after the pick six by Ty Sheets. It is 24-13. Wolverines will be right back. Panthers will be right back after this on KTAK.
Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherlands credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
And we're back. Kickoff by young Mr. Saltzgaver is going to be fielded at the 5. Returner is who we would expect it to be, and he gets tripped up about the 18-19 yard line, and we've got a little bit of chippiness there on the field.
It's starting.
As they thought it was a little bit late. Of course, the kick was fielded by Stenerson. I'm kind of curious, if Stenerson's the guy of the two back there they choose to kick to, how fast is the other guy?
Yeah, I don't know. The Stenerson's been blowing him up every now and then on returns and then in the receiving game as well. So I'd be surprised to see if they can maybe kick it to someone else.
Okay, so we're being told by the coaches that this game will count towards stats. They'll keep up with the record, but it won't affect anything as far as overall record. That's just weird to me. So
same here. That's not where I was at.
They said week 0 really doesn't affect state, and it's just a weird thing we've got. And a handoff straight up the middle, which is what, if I was Powell, I'd stick with. Goes for a lot. Goes for a nice gain, and it'll be going from the 19 all the way to the 41 of Powell.
And
so minute 31 to go in the half. From the I formation, Swan's going to take the snap, and he's going to look to hand it off yet once again, and this time,
stripped it.
And they dive on top of it. Nice strip of Steven Stambaugh by number 50.
I thought it was number 4.
Ryan Cox, and teaming up with Branson Saltzgaver as well to get some hands in there. Credit number 22, that being Stambaugh, for turning around, drop on, didn't try and do anything fancy, going with an 11-point lead over anything. That's the most important thing. If you can get more, but 55 seconds and counting, 24-13, 2nd and 9 after the fumble, and recovered by Powell from the I. Swan takes the snap, toss sweep. He's going out wide to his right. He's at the 45, 46, 47 is Mr. Seifert as we go under 40 seconds. So that will lead to another first down. And the clock will stop, although it doesn't look like Powell's in a great hurry to get to the line.
They're huddling for the first time in a while.
They're huddling, which they've done when they go out of I, but they're in no hurry. It's 36 seconds to go, 35 seconds to go. Scrimmaging right at the 48-yard line now after a little 5-yard gain, or after the first down running gain. Play action fake. Swan finds a wide open Austin Graff, but he is brought down at the Riverton 35, 34, 33, I do believe is where it's going to be.
Yep.
And Powell is going to call the timeout. We'll take it with them. There's 19 seconds left in the half. They are trying to drive down and extend the lead over your Wolverines. We'll be right back here on KTAK.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Sorry. All right, and we are back here at Powell High School. The Powell Panthers leading 24-13 with 19 seconds left, and the ball on about the 33-yard line of the Riverton Wolverines. From the I formation, they're going to fake a handoff, trying to get pressure. It's thrown to the 15-yard line and caught by, guess who, Trey Stenerson.
Yeah,
First down with 13 seconds left. Clock will stop to move the chains. Hurriedly, Powell comes down. They are out of the I formation, and they are going to clock the ball. And 3 seconds went off the clock during that clocking of the ball. I think they might have, if they'd snapped it just a half second sooner, would have caught number 50 or number 54 off sides for Riverton.
For sure.
As they are Zarek Prosser or Ryan Cox. They both look kind of winded, hands on the hips all around on this Riverton defense. Not an overly deep team, at least on this travel. You got the 11 men on the field, and then
You got about 11 men on the
got
sidelines.
about another 12 men, so really only about 23 guys have traveled for this one.
And Coach Anderson said that was going to be a common thing on the road games.
From the gun, Swan looking to his left. He's going to go to the end zone. Touchdown, Powell. That is, guess who? Trey Stenerson, excuse me.
That's his
with
second
a touchdown.
TD.
That's his second TD of the night. And boy, is it a backbreaker kind of touchdown. With 3 seconds left in the half, it is now 30-13 Powell in this non-conference game.
So what really stinks is Ty Sheets actually had some pretty good coverage on him. He just had his back turned at the wrong time. If he had turned his head 1 second sooner or not turned his back to him 1 second sooner, he would have easily been able to get an arm up. And Powell misses the field goal. It's really low.
The extra point.
Or I'm sorry, the extra
missed.
point. You're right.
So now they have competed at missing extra points, and it will remain 30-13, a 17-point lead with only 3 seconds left. And I think we're about to see the dreaded squib kick.
Yeah, and there was almost an accidental squib kick by Riverton earlier, and it drained about 5 seconds of the clock before they really were even able to get the ball into the kick returner's hands. So let's see if Riverton even tries to do anything or if they just let it go.
So we'll be right back with that kickoff in the last 3 seconds of the first half after these important messages.
Sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
And we're back here on KTAK, 30-13, Powell with the lead.
Like we said, we're going to see the squib kick here, I think, but they are getting the ball set up. It's taking the refs an extra couple seconds here. And he's talking to the kicking team like they don't know what they're about to do, but
Yeah, that was awkward, but
Yeah.
3 seconds here. Doubt we'll see anything overly fancy. Probably a squib kick, or maybe kick it out of bounds. I don't think DeVries is going to unleash like a 60-yard Hail Mary, 70-yard Hail Mary.
We'll see.
Here we go. The kickoff is not a squib, but it is low. It's going to wind up in Dominic Payne's hands. He's at the 20. Cuts back, gets to the 25. He's going to be tackled right at the 26-27, and that'll be the half. So after one half of play, here in Powell, Wyoming. The Powell Panthers lead our Riverton Wolverines 30-13.
And we will see what they can come up with after the halftime. I'm sure Coach Anderson is going to have some words for the offense because they do get it going every now and then, but they can't keep it going consistently. And right now the defense has been probably the best part of the game, with not only a pick six by Ty Sheets and another interception on top of it, but they do have a sack and a couple tackles for losses that have really kept them in this game.
And we'll be right back after these messages with your WyoToday.com halftime show here on KTAK.
For Western Family Care for your health care, in addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Frazier, Dr. Hinkle, Dr. Ballard, and Dr. Davis offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today. In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help in Lander and Riverton.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288. Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County School Athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
My name is Sarah Lowe, and I have been in law enforcement in Fremont County for 13 years. I didn't know much about therapy in general until I got injured in October of 20 chasing a cow. So I had to get shoulder surgery. And after my surgery with Fremont Orthopedics, I went to Fremont Therapy. And they were really excited to see you. So it was a really warm, welcoming experience. We tried all sorts of different methods to increase and make sure I had the best mobility for my job. Rachel's a firecracker. She's just a little spitfire. It was fantastic, a great environment to go and have your therapy.
Hi, this is Terry Banker. I'm minister at New Hope Christian Church in Lander, Wyoming. We want to support the kids of this area academically, athletically, and spiritually. Our address is 630 Mount Hope Drive. Come to Sunday school at 9:30 and our worship service at 10:45.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Wind River Family and Community Healthcare has clinics located in Arapahoe, Ethity, and Riverton. We provide family medical services along with dental, optometry, behavioral health, physical and occupational therapy, and more. Our in-house lab and pharmacy at all locations make for a one-stop primary healthcare center for your healthcare needs. Wind River Family and Community Healthcare is striving for a stronger, healthier community because Wind River cares. More information can be found at windrivercares.com.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Hauling ass, heading south, down the road in a gold Cadillac, coupe bill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
And welcome back to the Click It or Ticket, the WyoToday, Click Your Tickets postgame show, WyoToday.com halftime show. Sean, what have we gotten here? It's kind of been a momentum-shifting game, and it's been a lot different than the normal 30-13 score in favor of the Panthers would lead you to believe.
Oh, yeah. Powell, there's a couple different occasions where Powell could have scored a little bit more, but the defense of Riverton has really kept this game in check. And the momentum of the offense has really relied on the momentum of the defense. So when Ty Sheets got that interception, that's when the offense started to click. Then the offense got some penalties. Suddenly they're relying on the defense again. They need to find a balance. And I talked to the coaches right before the game. They need to find a balance, and that's what they want to do. That's what they've been saying that they're going to do. And an exact quote, we are looking for balance. We want to have a good run game and build everything off that, but we want to attack defenses where they're weak, and we want our defenses to attack the offense where they're weak. So far, the defense has done their job. The offense hasn't done it fully, but they have had glimpses of it.
They've had moments, most definitely. The pick six, which was a huge momentum swing.
Huge.
At the time. Wasn't just all Ty Sheets. I do believe he heard the pitter-patter of little feet coming at him from his blind side, and you even mentioned that during the play. Who was that coming through?
Oh, that was number 50, Ryan Cox, that was getting in there. And Bryce Mason as well was was applying pressure to the quarterback, that is exactly what you need to keep doing.
So maybe that's something to be seen, is that in the second half, pressure may be able to get your Wolverines back in it. But right now the Wolverines do trail 30-13, in part due to some basically sloppy special teams play early on and an inability to consistently stop the run. And unfortunately, an inability to take advantage of some great field position earlier on a great return by Ty Sheets that set him up at the 22, and then we had a huge penalty that sent us back 2 country miles. And then we had the interception, and all of a sudden everything changed. 17-point lead for the Panthers. Their quarterback, Schwann, doing exactly what you would expect him to do, leading the offense. They have thrown a little bit more than I would have thought they would have.
Same.
But it is a non-conference game, so they can get away with that a little bit. They are a little more run-oriented, and we've seen why. But you're going to throw when you've got Trey Stennerson out there running past people.
Breaking
tackles. He can fly, breaking tackles. He is an impact player of the game. And right now, Ty Sheets is doing everything he can to match him there.
Yeah, and every single time they put Ty on him, it seems to be a little bit of give and take, a little bit of pushing and shoving. But then when he gets Cade Gabrielson on him, he's got the speed to match up with him. And typically, Schwann has not thrown at Cade when he's covering Stennerson. It's really going against Ty Sheets. And I think right now, if you're the defensive coordinator, you got to see what's worked, what hasn't worked, who's gotten in the backfield better off the sides, who's gotten in the backfield better from the inside. Right now, they have no answer for the inside run. They have a lot of answers for the passing.
Well, and they put Stennerson on Cade Gabrielson, and he has stuck him like glue. And I don't think Gabrielson, does he have a completion yet? I'm not 100% sure.
I have 2 passes to him that one was dropped and one was for 0 yards, so he must have dropped it or been overthrown.
So nothing really coming out of Cade Gabrielson, and they're going to have that if they hope to erase this 17-point lead. We will be right back with the third quarter, but for now we're going to pay a few more bills, and we'll be right back on KTAK.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WyoToday app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WyoToday app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit WyoToday.com to download the WyoToday app now. Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at Du Bois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, I kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
Here. And welcome back to KTAK's coverage of Riverton Wolverine football. We are about 50 seconds away from the kickoff to begin the second half. I almost called them the Pittsburgh Panthers. Tell them I'm looking forward to college football. Powell Panthers lead 30-13. Riverton, who did defer, will receive the second half kickoff.
Yeah, and college football starts tomorrow, so you'll be in a little bit of luck there.
Oh, all day, man, all day. That's all I'm doing. But going to keep up with some of that volleyball tournament, too, though.
Oh, yeah, we got a good volleyball tournament, a good golf tournament tomorrow as well. We'll be excited, well, at least I'll be excited to travel around Fremont County, get to some good golf and some good volleyball here.
So Steven Stanbaugh going to kick off for the Panthers, ball on the 40. Panthers kicking it right to left on your radio dial. Dominic Payne tries to pick it up off the ground twice and drops it, but finally gets a hold of it, and he's going to be absolutely obliterated at about the 17. He gained about a yard from where he picked it up, but those two kind of fumble-rooski with it type things did not help. And
no, not at all.
He absolutely got swarmed by black jerseys.
And while I wouldn't have, loved him just jumping on the ball and taking it, he did get a couple yards afterwards. But trying to grab it and then turn around and then dropping it and grabbing it again didn't help.
His internal clock was either right on point or he was very lucky there, because another split second and it's a fumble and first down for Panthers. From the underneath center, DeVries, for the first time I've seen him go underneath center, hands it off, and it's going to be a short gain of about 3 by Dominic Payne, I do believe. Yes, it is. And, folks, if any of y'all happen to know, I've gone through trying binoculars and stuff like that, Sean, to be able to see these numbers better and quicker, but I can't find any that work with my glasses. And if I take my glasses off, it's just a blurry mess anyway. So, but nice little first down, positive first down run of 3 yards. You know, the old Nebraska Cornhusker thing was 3 yards in cloud of dust.
Go Big
which
Red.
Never made sense to me because that leaves you at 4th and 1 every single time. Going from an offset I, DeVries is going to hand the ball off to Payne again, and he's going to reach about the 23.5, maybe the 24. They're going to give him the 24, it looks like, and that should bring up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, and that was a good run. It's obvious that they talked about it in halftime. They want to get the ball running a little bit more. They want to build off the run. And where they talked to me about putting it in Braden Vincent's hands, the senior, the running back that they really like to spread out the defense, so far the best runs have all come from Dominic Payne. And I think they're going to keep him in the backfield and put Braden outside.
Well, Sheets has done a little bit of time back there as well. Offset I again here on, it's going to be 2nd and 3, 3rd and 3, excuse me.
Fullback run by Braden.
And it's going to be a fullback run, and it is going to be so close. I've got a feeling we'll get the chains out here unless they just go ahead and give it to him.
I think they're going to give it to him.
And we're waiting for a signal. The head ref is looking, and he signals first down. So nice start, unlike the very beginning of the game where it's 2 straight 3-and-outs, to get the first down there on 3 straight runs and maybe start to make this defense feel what Riverton felt in the first half.
Oh, yeah. If they can get the defense on their heels with the run, that just opens up the pass so much better. And
a offset I / almost a pro style, how close they are. Handoff goes to Braden Vincent, and he loses yards, I do believe. He did indeed. He loses about 2 or 3.
That was a sloppy handoff there.
They're going to say 2 1/4 about loss, so he's going to be scrimmaging from the 25. Between the 19 and the 25. The 24 and 25. Whoa, I'm all over the place, Sean.
It's okay. It did seem like Braden Vincent, if he was maybe a step behind him, or if Derek DeVries had hiked the ball maybe a split second earlier, that would have looked less sloppy and maybe have gone a little bit better. But he ran into Derek, grabbed the ball, and was immediately bum rushed by the defense there.
And right now the offensive line showed they can get some blocking, but they're not going to hold those blocks for very long.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a timeout by Riverton here on what will be 1st and 12 from the 25-yard line with 9:56 to go in the 3rd quarter. 30-13, Panthers all over our Wolverines. We'll be right back on KTAK.
Offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Frazier, Dr. Hinkle, Dr. Ballard, and Dr. Davis offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today. In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioids.
And we're back here on KTAK. It's now 2nd and 12. They were a little slow on the clock there, or on the scoreboard there. Handoff out of the offside out. No, it was a fake. Derek DeVries is going to keep it. He rolls to his left, throwing back against his body, which is never good, and that's why it's never good. He was trying to throw back against his body, and it led down to an incomplete pass, but there were 2 Wolverines and 2 Panthers in the vicinity, so that could have been all sorts of bad.
Someone
but now
is
we've
down.
got somebody down for our Riverton Wolverines. So he's rolling off the side.
That's Ty Sheets.
That's Ty Sheets, but he is in some pain. So we'll take that with him, I'm guessing. Nope, they're not going to call it. He
just
talk
rolled
about
over
the
the
ultimate
side.
team player.
Yeah.
You know, Ty Sheets was basically saying, hey, I'm a tough guy. I'm the guy who believes in roll him off the field, put in the next guy. So he rolls off the field. We hope it's best for him. Hopefully it's just a cramp, as it did get. I never thought I'd say this in Wyoming comparatively to where we're both from areas we're from, but got a little muggy
Yeah, it feels a little strange out here. It's almost like it just rained and you're feeling a little bit of humidity, but it didn't just rain, and you're right, we're used to a lot of humidity, so it's a little different up here. I do love the weather right now,
The wind has kind of stopped, and it's gotten a little bit muggy, but out of the offset eye on 3rd down and 12, DeVries is going to fade way back. They've got a blitz on, but perfectly set up screen potentially, and it's going to go to Braden Vincent, and he's only going to get to the 32. It's there where Braden Vincent is tough, but he's not the fastest guy out of the backfield.
No, definitely
And that was set up perfectly. And in fairness to Braden, the offensive lineman who released and let the guys back didn't come downfield on their blocking. So that's going to lead to 4th and 5. He did gain 7, so let's not take that away from him. And it's going to most likely lead to a punting situation here with 9:40 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and they had started off so well. You were right earlier. They had three and outs in a row to start the game, and to start off the second half with a first down and a pretty good play to get that first down. It's kind of disappointing that it immediately ends in another punt here.
Long snapper gets it to DeVries. DeVries
Almost
barely
blocked.
gets it off, and it's going to hit. And I don't know if it hit a player or not. I don't know if it hit him, but it's going to roll all the way down to the 4, and they're going to signal that
That didn't touch him?
didn't touch him. There's no replay, obviously. I don't think it did. If it did, it just barely nicked him. Replay would be nice if you're Riverton now, but what a heck of a punt. They were on the 32, and now they're going to scrimmage right about the 4-yard line. So it's 46. He's got a 64-yard punt.
He's gotten a 50 and a 64.
Derek DeVries has a 64 and a 50-yard punt.
And, that's something to bring back home, and he's going to be able to work on a lot of stuff. But right now his punting's going to be like, hey, I don't need to work on punting right now. I've got a good couple yardage here.
Well, and I've seen many coaches on a punt like that get onto the returner that you run up and you field that.
Oh, for sure.
You don't let it bounce. You read how far you think it'll go based on the other punts, and you get under that or you die trying so that you don't go. Because let's be real, a sneak is called, and Schwann's going to run forward. Nice run forward for about a gain of 3 or 4. He's going to get to the 7.5-yard line. But if he catches that punt for Powell, it's 25-yard punt.
Yeah, seriously.
But it went 64. So it could have changed the momentum, but we're glad he did let it go. They're going to say he got to the 8, so a 4-yard gain is what the scorekeeper's going to say. We're not going to argue because our angle here is not the best.
That was a good play call, though, for the QB sneak to get that many yards.
Out of the I formation, they're going to run up the middle, and he's busted one. Oh, he's busted a big one.
Wow.
Guess who, ladies and gentlemen? Guess who? He's going to go from the 8, 92 yards for a touchdown, does Trey Stenerson. Anybody who was saying we were lying about his speed, pay up.
Oh, hey, that might not have actually been Stenerson. That was 18. That was
18? I thought they just said Stenerson over the broadcast. If that's 18, that's Seifert. Again, fast.
Fast, yeah. They've got 2 fast people that they've been relying on all game.
92-yard gain. You don't see much of those at any level.
No, you do not.
Made one move to get past the line, then made one cut to get past the linebackers, and he was off to the races at that point. Extra point is up and pure, so it is now 37-13. If I'm not mistaken, the 37 is the same score that the game finished in last year for them. Is that correct? It's close to that. It was like 37-7 or something like that.
Yes, I believe it was there.
So Riverton has shown some progress. It is a work in progress, this team. A lot of youth. We did get to see the freshman-sophomore team earlier, just a little bit of them, and Powell had their way.
Yes.
I don't remember what the final score was, but it was Powell's got a good-looking team. They look, at least right now, just judging by one-game performance, this sure looks like a better team than the 5-4 record they had last year, so they've definitely improved.
Oh, for sure. And, the same could be said about Riverton. Obviously, they're down by 24 points. But right now they're showing a lot more grittiness. They're showing a lot more vigor, and they're honestly trying to be a better version of themselves that they were last year, and they're doing it. I mean, you're right. It's 37-7 last year. It's already 37-13. They've had some better defense against this team, even though they have gotten it run down their throats right now.
So 8:36 to go in the third. We're about 3.5 minutes into it, and there goes young Mr. Steven Stampaw gonna kick the ball off here. Let's see if it goes out of bounds, or do they give another chance at seeing if they can cause some havoc. It's going to be fielded by Dominic Payne.
Oh, Dominic.
And he's going to get it all the way is Dominic. He's going to get it up to about the 25 after fielding it at about the 12. So 8:29 to go in the third, and out will come Derek DeVries in the offense, and they need to find something and find something quick, Sean.
Yeah, they need to do it right off the bat. I mean, you don't have to do it on the first play, but you need to get some momentum back in your area here, because they are not letting you go, the Powell Panthers. They're not just going to let you come up and score on them. They're going to play heavy defense until the final whistle.
DeVries out of offset eye with the offset to his right. He's going left to right on his rated out. Hands off to Dominic Payne, and he is 8 up for a 1 to 2 yard loss. Spun around style tackle there. There was nothing happening.
No, there was not. And I think that they need to keep trying to run it down Powell's throats like they've been getting it run down theirs. But they can use that to their advantage. They can do a couple play fakes here and there. We've already seen Derek DeVries has an arm if he can get some steps and not throw it off of his back foot.
Well, and it doesn't get any easier next week. We go to Cody. We'll be there live bringing you all the action. I do believe that's a 7 o'clock kick. But tune in to WyoToday and check the Ranger and Lander Journal for the times on that. From the offset eye, again, with one wide left, one wide right. DeVries looking to pass. He's going to try and find Gabrielson, it looks like. And, boy, was he covered like absolute glue by Evan Whitlock of the Panthers. There was nothing there.
And, that was a pretty good pass. It hit him right in the hands, and honestly, I think Cade could have taken it away, but the Powell defender had the hand in between of the ball and the body, so he was able to rip it out.
Oh, it was definitely well defended, and it brings up 3rd and 11. And this is looking a little bit more like some of the first quarter drives. Don't have a whole lot of plays in the playbook for 3rd and 11.
No, but Derek, they trust him right now, and they are looking at him to make the leadership abilities that they know he can have. They've already talked about it all off season, how he's really stepped up and wanted to become the leader of this team. So let's see if he can lead them to a first down right now on this long 3rd down.
From the gun with one protecting back, 2 wide right, 2 wide left. DeVries, they all out blitz. Completed, and it will be good for the first down. Nice pocket poise, as that was an all-out jailbreak blitz, Sean.
Oh, yeah, and that was perfectly thrown ball right to Nick McIntosh, right over the middle. McIntosh knew he was going to get hit. He cradled it anyway, and look at that. That's a first down. That was a 12-yard gain, and that is exactly what the Riverton Wolverines were hoping to see out of Derek.
So hopefully we don't put ourselves behind the chains again, but first down and 10 from right between the 40 and the right at the 36. DeVries going out of the gun. Oh, and he bobbles the snap, and almost a face mask. We may get a face mask.
I think we're going
to
get that, yeah.
I know they got their hand up around it, but it didn't look like they got it quite. But, close, but no cigar potentially. We shall see what happens. Once again, final score from Lander Valley as they took on Pinedale. They win 54-0. So the rivals of the Wolverines putting down a message today as they come into this season. And we are going to get a call of
face mask.
It was a face mask call. So that will be an automatic first down, I do believe.
I think that was against number 70. I think that's what he said there.
So they're looking over, and the weird part is I don't think did we get the face? Okay, it's first down and 15, so that was not a face mask, Sean. Okay, I'm really confused now. Oh, the 5-yard variety. Okay, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not used to the 5-yard variety.
It's different high school football
different
than
high
me,
school
too.
football than we've gotten used to. So 5 yards, so it's now going to be 1st and 15. They'll repeat the down because of spot foul. Almost illegal procedure there, but they get Dominic Payne on a handoff, and he's going to get it back around the 37-yard line, so gets it back to 2nd and 9, 2nd and 8.5 with 6:56 to go in the third. It was really close, though, to illegal procedure on Riverton, as the slot receiver over here almost looked to move right before the snap, but they didn't catch it. So it'll be 2nd and 8.5, 2nd and 9 for your Wolverines as we go under. We're still at 6:56 play in the third. No moving clock at the moment because he went out of bounds. From the shotgun formation, 2 wide right on both sides and 1 protecting back.
Ooh, he almost got the defense.
And I think he did get the defense to jump, Sean. Great eye there. Nope, they're going to call it on the offense.
The offensive line moved a little bit first.
The offense flinched, so they'll call illegal procedure. And
I think that's on 56.
And will 1 step forward, 2 steps back here kind of thing, because he'll turn that what was going to be 2nd and 8 and doable after a loss on first down, getting a repeat first down, to 2nd and 13.
So we can say with the utmost confidence, penalties have really been the killer of the Wolverines. They've had a lot of momentum killed by the penalties. They've basically had a red zone attempt killed by a penalty, and now they're just kicking themselves in the teeth.
Yeah, penalties have been big. Some untimely snaps, for lack of a better word, but penalties has been a huge one, and most of them just mental error.
Oh, yeah.
From the gun, protecting back is to his left. DeVries is looking. He's under pressure. He's going to go to his left, and he is going to get sacked at the 30-yard line. So loss of about another 3.5, 4-yard line. So we are now looking at 3rd down and a country mile.
17, 18 yards, yeah, give or take. And this is where they need Derek to step up just like he did on the 3rd and 11. So 3rd and 17, 3rd and 11, you may not have a lot of plays in the playbook, but you got to pull something out here.
Officially, they're marking it down at 3rd and 18. And this is one of those where when you're down by 24, you kind of just got to run some guys to the first yard and throw it.
Yep.
You can't be really overly concerned about, there's not a lot of routes that are going to fool a guy on 3rd and 18. You're not going to run a button hook for 2 yards.
And it looks like they might be blitzing here, and that's why they're going to call a timeout.
We're going to get a timeout on the field. Nope, we're going to get a delay of game on the field against Riverton. And it just got worse. So 3rd and 2 country miles, specifically for those non-country folks like me, it's 3rd and 23.
Yeah, and I think Derek was trying to call a timeout there, but just couldn't get it in time. And now they're going to use the exact same play formation.
Yeah, shotgun formation, 2 protecting backs. He fakes the handoff. I don't think that faked anybody, and they've got massive pressure on him, but he's running out to his right. He's going to try and keep it. And he's going to – he stays up. A nice physical run by him, but he's only going to get to the 40. I say only. That was a lot of yardage gain.
Yeah.
From 3rd and 23 to from 3rd and 23, it's going to be 4th and about 6. So he got 17 yards on that with 5:47 to play in the 3rd quarter.
That was a lot of effort. And, for
now,
him – go ahead.
Do you question?
Do you
think about it? For those who don't know what we're looking at each other kind of like inquisitively. Do you think about going for it?
Hey, he's talking to his coach on the sideline.
He is the punter too, though. So I mean, it opens up a world of possibilities.
Oh, they're going.
And I don't know how the coaches feel. I feel if you lose 56-13, if you lose 14-13, you lost either way. So they are going for it from the gun. DeVries, good pressure. Payne able to get in his way. DeVries is going to throw it and incomplete again. Throwing it low and causing a receiver to have to dive, that time being Kate Gabrielson. So it's going to be turnover and downs. And while we were questioning it, thinking, well, why not?
It was a good play.
Now we're on the flip side of that, though. The team up 37-13 has great field position as they will start out on the Riverton 40 with just under 5:45 to play in the 3rd quarter.
And no joke, that was a really good play. That was a good play call. He even could have ran, I think, for the next 5 yards and actually gotten it. But it was a good play. The throw was just a little outside. And so far, Cade Gabrielson has been overthrown 2 or 3 times. And right now, we might have a different concept of a different view of Cade Gabrielson if these throws were just a tiny bit underthrown or not as overthrown. And now you're right, great field position on the 40. They're going to call a timeout,
They're going to call a timeout. That's not what you like to see with great field position, having to burn a timeout, no matter what the score. But we'll take it with them. It is 37-13, Powell Panthers over the Riverton Wolverines, and we'll be right back on KTAK.
Down.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Shotgun formation, two guys out wide, two out wide to the left, one to the right. Slot goes in motion. He's going to hand off to one of his protectors, though, and he's going to go for 5-6 yards. He's going to go for 6 down to the 34 for Powell as Schwann handed off to number 22, and that would be, guess who, Steven Stanbaugh.
And, yeah, their kicker's got some legs, and there was that was basically like a 3-option run right there. He had number 12, number 44, and then number 22, and he just gave it to who he thought was going to win the most. So
5 down linemen, shotgun for the quarterback, 2 guys back protecting, 2 guys up high, and he's going to hand it off to Stanbaugh again, who's going to strike and struggle. That should have been thrown for a loss. The initial guy on contact was
50.
Was 50 or 60?
50.
50, okay. Ryan Cox, and he couldn't stop him, and he was able to turn that into a 1-yard gain, so it'll go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3. I'll give Stanbaugh credit there. He lunged and got out of a bad situation there, and it's just those little things that have added up of it seemingly that Riverton just seems to be at times falling backwards on a hit, whereas falling forwards with Powell, but
yep.
It's first game of the season,
right.
So a lot of time to go. Out of the shotgun, they're going to hand it to, guess who, Stanbaugh again, and he is going to run like a little fire hydrant being lit off by firecrackers even, and get all the way down to about the 21, 22-yard line. They're going to spot it. Awful angle, so we apologize, but it'll be at the 22. 1st and 10 with 4:20 and counting to go in the third quarter.
And that was Ryan Cox again getting in the backfield, and he was on the quarterback, like white on rice, but the quarterback just had enough time to hand it off to 22 Stanbaugh, and, yeah, there was no one stopping him after that.
From the shotgun, same formation, just 2 wide on the left side. He's going to take, and he's going to fake the handoff, going for the end zone. Oh!
Little low.
Almost picked off a little bit low as number 13, number 11, excuse me, I can't see. Nick McIntosh gets it. We do have a absolutely gorgeous view here.
I was just about to say.
And it'll go to 2nd and 10 with 3:56 to play in the third quarter.
You don't get views like this in Kansas, let me tell you that, my friend.
You don't get them in Georgia because pine trees would be in the way. Thousands of thousands snap like twigs anytime it's remotely windy, pine trees.
I will say, of all the fields and games that we've called, this looks the most like Kansas with the flatland right in front of us, but there are some mountains behind us.
Yeah, it is pretty flat. Off to our left, too, there's a lot of mountains, and it's just gorgeous as you go. And credit them, the concession stand smells great. So they've been great hosts to our Riverton faithful who've come up here. And they're going to go from the gun, but we're going to have a timeout by somebody. Nope, we're going to have another delay of game. We didn't have a delay of game all first half. Now we've had one by each team.
In consecutive series.
So that will move it back to 2nd and 15.
That's a little bit of luck in Riverton's way there.
Now, here's the fun part. I don't see a play clock. I know the refs can keep it, but that's why you haven't heard us giving you information on where that play clock is, because I don't see one on the field.
There isn't.
So
one.
that means at some point in time, the back judge usually will throw up his hand or throw up a fist, and that lets the quarterback know there's 5 seconds or 7 seconds or whatever they told him he would do. So out of the shotgun, they give it to number 28, is it? And he gains 2 yards.
29 there, I think, Trayvon
29?
Abraham.
Okay, 29, and that is, Trayvon Abraham. He's a sophomore running back and linebacker, and he gained about 4. It'll make it 3rd and 11 from right at the 22-23. So they're going to say 3rd and 10, but the markers are, there's some distance between them, so we'll go with 3rd and 11 with 3:15 and counting to go in the third. They've got 1 wide right, 3 down
Big
low.
blitz coming.
Bad snap is low. Blitz on its way. The throw is just out of reach of its intended target, and Schwann will be incomplete on that, and that will set up a 4th and 11 with 3:05.
The outside blitz was very obvious there, and it was smart on Schwann to get it out as soon as he saw his wide receiver get a little open. But, man, 1 split second, and that Riverton Wolverines defense would have had their second sack of the game.
Well, here we're looking at, are they going to attempt? Nobody has really attempted a field goal of any kind of distance.
Here we go, then.
So they are going to kick the field goal. The ball is going to be spotted on the 29, so it will be a 39-yard attempt, which is no gimme at any level, but especially the high school level. It's down, snap is good, and it is going to be good. So Powell, Lil Stanball, who's ran most of the yards to get there, converts on the field goal, and it is 40-13 in favor of the Panthers over our Riverton Wolverines. We'll be right back with the kickoff. There's 3:05 in the third quarter left. We'll be right back on KTAK.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Want access to...
All right, I'll go ahead and complete that commercial. The WyoToday app is a great way to keep up with all the Riverton Wolverine sports and highlights and more. So you want to download that app, and even if you're one of those Lander Valley Tiger fans, you want to download the same thing, or Thermopolis, or Wyoming Indian, or anywhere in our area.
Fremont
Want
County.
to download that WyoToday app so you can keep up with your favorite sports teams. 3:05, lining up for the kick is Stanball. He just doesn't get a break. Poor kid's been working his tail off. It's 40-13, all Powell Panthers. Stanball with the kick, and this is low, hits the bounces once, twice, picked up by, I do believe, Ty Sheets.
Yes.
Ty Sheets is going to get yanked down to the ground violently, barely avoiding the horse collar, but just a good, clean, drag-down tackle at about the 22nd yard line. No, it wasn't Ty Sheets. It was number 5. That was Kate Gabrielson.
Yep,
okay,
that was his
Gabrielson back
first
there
return
now
of the
returning
day.
punts. That is concerning, not because Gabrielson's back there returning punts, but because that means since he got hurt, we have not seen Ty Sheets.
And I don't see him out on the field right now either.
We have seen that he is extremely valuable. You do wonder, there he is right there. He's laying still on the ground getting treatment from the training staff. So this most likely was not just a cramp.
No, it doesn't look like. He's got his helmet off, and I think he's taken off one of his shoes too, or cleats. So that is, we'll keep you up to date on that. Hopefully it doesn't keep him out of the whole game, but if so, we will be looking forward to seeing him in Cody next week.
I would absolutely tell you that I think he's played his last down.
I would think so.
And at 40-13, it's not worth even aggravating, even if it's a minor sprain. He's probably the type who wants to come back in, but no, you're better off. And we'll let you know what we know when we know it. Be sure to tune in the Ranger. And we've got a timeout on the field, but we're not going to take this with them. We're going to talk about something special that's coming this coming Wednesday to mailboxes and newsstands and racks and convenience stores all throughout Fremont County. It is our first ever true fall sports preview. Sean has been working hard along. We want to give a shout out to Anita and Kim for busting their tail too to help out. Travis Gupton's been a help as well, and everybody's kind of pulled together, and we're putting this thing together. Sean, tell us a little bit about what we can look forward to in it.
So it's going to basically replace the sports pages on Wednesday. Not necessarily. We're still going to have sports, but it's going to give you a preview of every single team of every single Fremont County school. That includes football. That includes volleyball. That includes cross country. We're even throwing in the bands because you're going to see the bands during the fall, all the sports, and then also cheerleading. If they have cheerleading or dance squads like Riverton or Lander, we got them because, they go to state too, just like band, just like football. And we're going to have team pictures, rosters, schedules, everything you might need from everyone from Shoshone to Riverton to Du Bois, all the way up into Thermopolis even. So we will see everyone in Fremont County in the fall sports preview Ooh, hit the defender
DeVries
right in the
running
back.
for his life, hits the defender in the back. Like Sean said, we're going to have football, volleyball, cross country, marching band, cheerleading, everybody who gets out there and works hard. I know football gets the glory, but all these kids in these sports work really hard. The band kids, the cheer kids, etc. They bust their butt to entertain us, basically, for lack of a better word, and to compete and to have a good time on Friday night or Thursday night or whenever games may be. So we want you to pick that up. If you know a kid who's in athletics in Fremont County, good chance their picture and their name is in there.
For sure.
Is in that paper. So the sports section will move to the A section. We're going to expand the A section a couple pages as the Fremont County Fall Sports Preview is going to be absolutely huge. So we hope you pick one up, and remember you can call and subscribe any day, and that way you don't have to go up and get it. As long as you subscribe by Monday at 5 o'clock, we can deliver it to your house as well. So just wanted to clue you in on that. We've got a flag on the field, and it is going to be against Riverton. As they are going to march back 5 yards. I'm guessing a false start. Did not see the referee motion that in. Cade Gabrielson needs to turn around. He was standing right where the original line of scrimmage was. Like, I don't need to go huddle. Oh, wait. 2:52 to play in the third quarter. Reminder that we will be at Cody next week with the game, and then we'll be at home finally. First home games in 2 weeks. DeVries out of the gun. He's about to get lit up, and he does. He goes down about the 3 or 4 yard line. They give him some forward progress, maybe the 5, but he did not hear the pitter-patter of little feet on his blind side. And I'll give credit to the Powell coaching staff because that was a form tackle because he could have lit Derek up.
Yeah, and that could have been bad. Yeah. And, I don't know if maybe DeVries was looking for a read or if he just saw two big Powell players coming at him from both angles.
I don't think he saw it at all.
But one way or another, they are going to look at that in practice this week and say, next time this happens, do this or that. And that's
and the guy wasn't touched at all. And it was a lineman, so, he'd have to grow eyes on the back of his head. But he got locked onto a receiver and didn't keep his eyes swiveling. And now they're just going to try and run up the middle to try and get a little bit of yardage on 3rd and 27. And little bit is exactly what they got, about 1.5 yards, 2 yards. So it'll be 4th and 25, definitely punting here with 1:50 to go in the third quarter.
This is a fourth down play here.
This at night is a nice state. I don't know why. I'm not a big fan of artificial turf usually. I think that's what we're looking at. But I do like the alternating greens.
Yeah,
at least
nice.
I think they're green because I'm partially colorblind or colorblind. But it looks like it's rotating greens.
It is, and it's a really nice looking field, and they got a good amount of stands up here too, with fans in the stands as well.
Well, what's nice to see too is the punt is going to come out of the end zone, and it's going to land about the 40, the 50. I think it may have touched number 3, and so they would down that right where he first touched it. But they're going to say maybe not, and it's going to be at the 45 of Powell with 1:12 to go in the third quarter.
That was not Braden Vincent's fault. The ball came down landed right in front of him and bounced up into his chest. So touching it was not his fault.
But I'm looking forward 2 weeks from now. Of course, Cody's going to be a fun game, going to be a tough one.
It's going to be a tough one.
A very proud program and very successful program. But then getting to come back home the week after that, and we'll have our cheerleaders, our marching bands, because it kind of makes me reminisce for it because it kind of makes me reminiscent of fans because as I walked out during halftime to go, get the soda and stuff like that, there's a good crowd here for the home team tonight, and there's a decent little crowd for Riverton. I mean, it is
their student section's nice here too.
It is 3.5 hours and starting at 6. You couldn't get, or 3 hours. You couldn't get off work. Thrown across the middle, and it bounced up. Nobody in the vicinity to intercept it, but just a flat-out drop by number 2, and of course that be Evan Whitlock. So Cody, of course, last year won the state championship.
What about the year before?
They beat Jackson by 24. Beat them 41-24. So lo and behold,
they also won the year before that against Jackson by an even larger number.
Well, I'm thinking that's what that's saying, is that it was the state championship. In 2020, they beat Jackson 34-13. In 2017, they beat Torrington 20-0. So it's our Alabama, if you will. Well, wait a minute, I say I'm a Georgia fan. We won the national title. It's our Georgia.
It's a tradition of success in Cody, and I've heard a lot about it coming from Kansas. I've heard Cody's the team to watch, and you can see it.
Run on second down there, good for 5 as he went off right. And I expect that's what we're going to see as we go under 50 seconds to play in the third. 3rd and 5, I don't think we'll see a long bomb or anything. I think coaches understand this game is out of hand. It's out of reach. You will see what depth that Coach Anderson brought with him. Will probably get some looks somewhat by just have to.
Yeah.
Because Ty Sheets is out. And probably you want to get some looks at a backup quarterback. Bad snap. It was like you were rolling a golf ball. And he picks it up, and he's going to go down hard.
Who was that, 13?
Yes, 13 with the pressure there. That's Talon Tommen. And unfortunately, Schwann is still in the game. That's where I think if you're a coach, either A, get your backup quarterback in now as the 3rd quarter ends and we go to the 4th quarter, or you tell him if that happens, you just fall on it.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was an ugly-looking hit. Nothing dirty about it, but just you don't want to lose a collarbone right there of a quarterback who's led you all night. So after 12 minutes to go, 40-13, all Powell Panthers over the Riverton Wolverines. We'll be right back for the 4th quarter on KTAK.
Download the WyoToday app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WyoToday app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit WyoToday.com to download the WyoToday app now. Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at Du Bois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
My wife and I went to.
And we're back as the Powell Marching Band serenades us to Sweet Caroline. Just a word of we dropped a little bit of a mistake. While Thermopolis, we do cover their football here on Wind River Radio Networks and WyoToday. We don't cover them at the Ranger. Bad snap on the punt. The punt is off. I will return to that thought in a second. And you got to run up. I'm sorry, I almost got frustrated there. You've got to run up and catch that, in my opinion. I don't know what your thought process is on that, or Sean. It was a good punt to begin with, and not catching it made it a phenomenal punt.
Yeah, an extra 10, 15 yards. But if he had grabbed it and gotten gang tackled by those two, who knows?
Fair catch.
Yeah, very
Where's
true.
the fair catch? I mean, this wasn't like it was 15 yards off from him. It was 3 yards ahead of him. He just had to walk under it, signal fair catch before he even did that. So now it's backing us up all the way to the 19 instead of being around the 34. So it's a tough one here with 11:46 to play in the ball game. But a reminder, what I was saying was we don't have Thermopolis in the sports section. We may one day bring that to, but we are not the paper of record for Thermopolis. But radio-wise, we do cover them, and we carry all the Thermopolis football games and basketball games, which you'll be able to hear with Jordan and Kevin next week. That's Kevin Simpson, not me. Handoff goes to number 3. That's Braden Vincent, and he's going to get a nice little gain out of it. One of the few first down gains that's been really nice. He's going to get about 4 to 4.5, so it's going to be 2nd down and 6, which is a nice start to it.
They want to get him going. That's the guy that every single coach on Riverton has wanted to get going. That's the guy they think of.
Well, the running game is basically going to be whether this team has improved from last year or not, in my opinion. Derek DeVries is developing, but he's not going to throw the ball 40 yards 40 times. He's going to keep it here, though, and he's going to go out wide to his left, and he's going to get slung out of bounds. He might get a yard out of this. I think that's exactly what they're giving him. They're actually going to give him about 1.5. So it's going to be spotted on about the 26.5. Actually about the 25.5, 26. So it'll be 3rd down and generous 3.
That was generous. And, you know, that's what they really like from him. They like him to use his legs. But you're right. They're not expecting him to pass the ball a whole bunch. Got the lighting up in here.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of it because it's blinding off the glass, but I can't read our rosters anymore. So the handoff is going to go to Braden Vincent, and I think he got it. Yes, he did. They're going to spot him the 30, and he only needed the 29 and a third. So first down, Wolverines with 10:54 to play in the fourth quarter.
And they're getting the running game going. It's a little bit too late here, but, anything to go back to Riverton on a good note. If you can go back and say, hey, let's build off this running game that we had in the fourth quarter, or, hey, let's build off that defense that got the pick 6 early in the game, anything that they can go home with with a good note is exactly what they want. So
exactly. Now it's about momentum. This is a non-conference game, so in reality, you never want to lose, obviously, or anything like that. And now DeVries says, I'm going deep to prove you wrong, and almost picked off there. He's got an arm, and that's about the extent of his arm, which is about 30 to 40 yard, or about 40-yard throw. But the big but is you also have to be wise in picking who you're throwing to. And,
for sure.
God bless him. That guy was covered tight.
And it was a little underthrown, too. If it was just had a little bit more mustard on it and caught him in stride, who knows what could have happened. But that was about 2 yards underthrown, and it made the receiver, number 11, Nick McIntosh, just have to stop and try and catch the ball over the defender, which you never want to do.
Exactly. And the defender, to his credit, he got full position.
Oh.
Now they're going to hand it off. The handoff goes to Braden Vincent again. And again, he does what he did last time he got the ball in a situation where it was 1st and 10, this time 2nd and 10, but he got 6.5 yards. So it is a very long 3, we'll call it 4, for the first down with 10:14 and counting to go in the game. If any of you folks over on the other side are listening to our broadcast, we know some people did basketball. Want to thank y'all for coming out here and following the team and supporting them, but also to drive home safe. We're going to go through a lot of places where a lot of animals like to run across the road.
I'm excited.
And for two guys who haven't made that drive at night, DeVries out of the shotgun, is going to fake the handoff and throw just high of 34. He was targeting Shea Roge, number 45.
No, 24, I believe.
I thought it was 44. Excuse me. 24, that's Paxton Yeats, a 9th grade tight end. And so now we're looking at 4th and 4, and you're just going to punt it here. DeVries is back to punt, and I'm trying to lay a number on the glare off the glass now. It's killing me.
I got you.
Who's the returner?
I believe that's 18.
I'm violating my rule. Usually I only watch football I don't watch it through a window, but the way our setup is, it's going to hit the ground, and it's just going to die. Literally, it's just going to die, bounce sideways, stay exactly where it was. Not the greatest punt, not a horrible punt, but a punt that will be set up at the 39-yard line for the Panthers here with 9:43 to go and a lead of 27 points.
And, right now, Riverton, like we said, they want to go home on some good notes. If they can get that defense to get a sack or an interception or a fumble recovery, anything like that is something you want to go home with happy. You're going to go home happy-wise. Ty Sheets, although he is out, he's going to go home happy. He's got a pick 6 and another interception. Let's see if anyone else on the defense right now can stand up and be a leader on this defense without Ty out there. Because at the moment, number 4, Branson Saltzgaver is taking the positions that Ty Sheets was really taking.
Snap goes to Schwann. Schwann looking to the wide-open far side receiver, that being number...
Oh, that is number 14.
14.
Number Nelson.
So he completed it to Alex Jordan.
And, that was wide open because the actual corner that was covering that side, he ran in on the blitz. That was number 4, Branson Saltzgaver again, and he almost got him. He was very close to sacking him, and he got that ball off just in time.
Going out to the gun, trips right, single left, 1 protecting back. Snap is to Schwann. Schwann's going to go off to his right to a cutting back receiver, number 24. He's going to gain almost the first down. I think he's going to be a little short, is Case Bradish. He is going to be short. They're going to spot him a whole yard short. I didn't know they were going to say that. But it'll bring up 3rd and 1. And shout out to Kelsey Wood, who on YouTube said, "Go Big Red," commenting on. We encourage y'all all to comment on the games and everything like that. We'll try when we can to give you a little shout out back. Tell us where you're listening. If you're listening, you're from Riverton, but you're listening from somewhere else, or you're overseas with the military or something like that, give it a shout out. Let us know. From the gun, Schwann's going to hand it off. You knew they were going up the middle on 3rd and 1, Sean.
Yeah.
And they gained 3.
That's their bread and butter, and it's been working most of the night. And speaking of people listening, I got most of my family in Kansas listening, so if you are watching your first Wyoming football game in Kansas, we thank you. We got prettier views up here than you guys might have up in Kansas, I'll tell you that.
And don't worry, Mom and Dad, we're taking care of your baby boy just fine.
Are we? It works.
Yeah. A special shout-out as well while we don't have a second, so we're going to go to shotgun here. Shotgun formation, trips to his left, single man to his right. One protecting back. He's going left or right and ready to down. Schwann's going to take the snap, and he's going to keep it for himself this time. He spins out of a tackle. He's keeping those legs moving. He gains another 6 yards.
That was impressive.
After first contact, that was impressive. It looked like they were going to stop, and then all of a sudden a surge. So that is going to lead to second and an inch?
I think that's a first down.
I think it is, too. I think it's easily a first down, actually.
He's done well with the QB runs.
It is a first down. Nice 10-yard run, right at 10 yards. But we want to give a special shout-out to Rusty Harris now. Congratulations on getting married this past Saturday at a beautiful ceremony. And Katie Shields, my daughter, who are working the board for us tonight. And
Thank
for
you,
all
Katie.
the other games tonight. Well, you're not going to thank Rusty. I see how it is. They get to it. They got to get him down now. There's 4 of them, and they almost let him go. So a nice sack there. Can't tell if there was a blitz. Yeah, it looks like a blitz was on, 5 men back there. And the offensive line there just caved.
Yeah.
Just absolute cave for Powell. So it'll set up second down and 13 here from the 42.
I would accommodate, or I would say that that's a sack for a couple people, and I couldn't tell you exactly who, but it did look like 55 was the one that got his hands on the shoulder pads and grabbed his jersey. So I would attribute that to Bryce Mason. That is not the first time we've called his name.
Out of the shotgun, trips. They're liking this one guy down by himself on the right. Schwann with the ball. And here comes 55 on the blitz. He had to get, nice setup. Nicely done. Fed over the middle to Trevin Abraham, who breaks several not great tackles, as you said, and is going to wind up all the way down at the 20-yard line for a first down. Went from looking like we might have a blindside blitz to a nicely set up screen pass, and then poor tackling from a very tired defense. No excuse, but still a very tired defense that has had to spend an enormous amount of time on the field. And we're going to get a timeout as if to give them a moment of rest. And we're going to take it with them here on KTAK. 6:30 to go. Powell 40, Riverton 13.
Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
Perfect time.
We know not a lot of people like commercials, but we want to encourage you to shop at the places you're hearing tonight because they're the ones who make all this possible. We also, if you're watching on YouTube, we've got it down at the bottom as well, so you can see them. Long pass, wide open, touchdown. That happened about as quick as I said it. Shotgun snap, long pass, beat the DB, and it is 46-13 now, Powell.
And that was number 10 again. Who else? Stinner.
Number
Stinnerson, sorry.
Stinnerson. You'd think. We've said his name enough, Sean.
And, they're really missing some good coverage from Ty Sheets on him because he was doing an okay job of locking him down. Cade Gabrielson has the speed to keep up with him.
Gabrielson's had him most of the game. I'm sure at this point in time, the kid's just fast. I got to give him credit, and he just left the guy. PAT is up and good. With 6:24 to go in the game, it is now 47-13 20-13, all Powell Panthers over the Riverton Wolverines. We'll take this break and be right back with the kickoff here on KTAK.
Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherlands credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
All right, and we're back here on KTAK and YouTube, WyoToday's YouTube page, with the live stream. Reminder, if you're listening on the radio, you can always watch Thermopolis, Lander Valley, and Riverton, as well as our new Game of the Week on our YouTube pages.
Excited
Kickoff
for
is
those.
going to go towards the right, trying to pin Dominic Payne back. Payne fields it at about the 12, gets out to about the 22, where he is wrestled down with 6:17 to go in the ball game. Our new game of the week, for those who don't know, we heard you. People said, hey, it'd be great, WyoToday, if you could get out. Not all the time. We understand that manpower and, low unemployment or what have you, finding people's hard to do. But if you could get out to Du Bois, to Shoshone, to Wind River, to St. Stephen's, to Wyoming Indian, we'd really love that. If you could try and get out there for a game or two, we heard you. So every week, starting this Thursday in Shoshone, you can join Cody Beers as he will be calling the WyoToday Game of the Week. Some of those games are on Thursdays, some of those games are on Saturdays, but tune in, we'll let you know, and the schedule for all those games will also be in the Fremont County Fall Sports Preview, hitting newsstands on Wednesday. Snap goes to number 6. That's Jordan May, who's handed off to, and he loses, about 7 yards, 6-7 yards. So it'll quickly turn into 2nd and 16 here as we go under 6 minutes to play.
And we're going to be calling some new names because they're going to try and get everyone that came out with Riverton's team. They're going to try and get everyone at least one snap to look at maybe what they can bring to the table against Cody next week.
Absolutely, and that's going to be fun. We're going to have every station rocking next week, our 4 FMs, as we are going to have 4 ball games, 3 on Friday night and 1 on Thursday night, as I said. So stay tuned. We love Friday Night Lights, and we know you do too. Snap is going to number 17. That's Jackson Larson, who's checked in, by the way, at quarterback, and he overthrows it immensely. So it'll be incomplete and bring up 3rd and 15, they're going to say. Smart move at this point. The comeback's not going to happen, and getting some guys, because you never know in the game of football when Jackson Larson may have to play.
And Jackson Larson, I watched him at practice. He's got some good vision. His arm strength is to be worked on, but he has enough to make a few strong plays, and I'd like to see maybe what he brings to the table that's different than Derek DeVries.
Larson is going out of the gun. Looks like he's got 2 wide left, 1 wide right, 1 protector. He is forced from the pocket, and he is going to get sacked, I do believe. He might gain a little bit. Nope. Sacked for no gain with 5:19 to go. If he got anything, he got an inch, but they're not moving the down marker, and it did not look like he got anything. So obviously not the first action he wanted to see of the 2022 season of a pass overthrow and then getting sacked. But wise, you got to give him credit. There was some wise decision-making there because he almost went to one hand and tried to force something, then just brought it down and said, you know what, live to fight another day, as we're at 4:54 to go and counting.
Yes, you could see it in his eyes that he wanted to get a little bit more downfield, maybe throw the ball, but smart decision to just run it out. It's not going to help or hurt right now if you were to try and throw an interception or something.
Punt has some velocity to it. Hits
he
down,
touched it.
And he did touch it. That's a freebie, and he has to dive on it. That punt had some meaning. It had a sense of urgency.
Was that
Nolan
34?
Ryan has nothing on that punt. That was number 30. If that was 34, that's Shea Roge. We're going to have to ask the coaches how you pronounce that name.
I like that name. It's a fun one there.
Yes. So
You can hear the Powell fan club
I'm
getting in
not
here.
sure that I believe we will win chant. With 4:35 and you're up 47-13, you should know more than believe at that point. Yeah. You should have more than just a belief. I have blind faith we can pull this out.
And in the cheerleaders' defense, they're facing the wrong way, so they're not even watching.
So out of the I formation, let's see if Schwann has come out now. It's going to be handed off and up the middle, and boy, there he goes.
Number 3 is the quarterback.
3
now.
is now playing quarterback. That is Kiana Wisniewski. It's a sophomore. He's quarterback and linebacker. And it looked like that handoff looked to be to number 24. I can't exactly tell, but if that was his Case Bradish, who ran for 10 there. So nicely done by him.
Yeah, and number 3, just like on Riverton, this is where you want to get everyone a little bit of playing time, see what they can work on in practice this week, just in case they get some playing time in their next game, or if you maybe have some faith in them later in the season. This is where you get it all going.
Out of the I formation, he's going to pitch it to his right, and off he goes, breaking tackles. Does Case Bradish once again. He's going to have about 10, so that's not a bad average. 2 runs, 10 yards apiece.
Yeah, he's going to have a good stat sheet at the end of this game anyway. He knows that he's gotten quite a few looks.
Yards per carry is going to be beautiful.
It's definitely going to look like that for a couple Powell runners.
He's going to be out at the party tonight, and he's going to look at the girls and the guys and say, all I do is run for first downs. That's all I do. All right, so Kiana Wisniewski out of the I. He's got 2 out, 1 tight end, 2 backs in the I formation. He's going to hand it off again, this time to Case. Case breaks 2 tackles because literally all he does is run for 10. Actually, now he's got 20. He's got 30. He's going to probably go. Nope, he's going to make it down to the 7. And for a guy who, ladies and gentlemen, is not big in stature.
No, he's not.
He just broke through 7, 8 Riverton tackles. I mean, and they weren't poor tackling efforts. They weren't all arm tackles. Give credit where credit is due, and it'll be 1st and goal from the 7 with 3:33 to go in the game.
Yeah, he had to duck a few tackles, then he had to juke out of a few, and the next thing you knew, there was just open field in front of him. All he had to do was outrun the coverage, and the strong safeties and the cornerbacks were able to get him up there near the end zone.
Out of the I again. Let's see if they feed him, trying to get him that touchdown since he's came in late. They do. He looks like he's going down, but no, he keeps moving his arms. Now, he's not going to get a first down this time, but it took 7 guys to shove him back. 7 guys. And I don't mean to be like fanboying all over him kind of thing, but, I mean, that's just impressive.
Your Powell colors are showing right now.
Am I what?
Your Powell colors are
showing. No, absolutely not. But for a guy who's not very big, and is well-conditioned and has played a lot of the game, just hasn't played on offense, it's been impressive. So it'll be 2nd goal from the 6. We're now under 2:40 to go in the game. Wisniewski's going to come out of the I. And this is where, let's be honest, Powell's lined up a shotgun a whole lot. But the I formation, probably about 50-50 with shotgun. But they've had way more success out of the I. They're running out of the I, hand off to Case Bradish again. He runs smack over his own offensive lineman who went down like he got hit by a Mack truck. And it'll be 3rd and goal. But the I formation is Powell's. That's what that's what's going to lead to their success. That's what's going to lead to either they stick with it and they operate out of it and they're better than they were last year at 5-4, or they're the same as they were. And now the Start the Bus chant has started at 2 minutes to go.
And, you know, Powell, you said it correctly. They were 5-4 last year. They could be a lot better if Stinnerson, if this is not a one-off game for Stinnerson, and if they can get Case Bradish in there looking like this could be a dangerous-looking team at the end of the year.
And Seifert.
Seifert was really good. Yeah, there was a lot of strong showings by Powell players. And
3rd and goal, they ran up the middle. They got nothing on that one. I guess Case does get tired. I take everything back. So it looks like they're going to try for the field goal again. They're going to bring out Mr. Stambaugh, who's had a good game too offensively and kicking the ball overall. Missed 1 extra point on the day, is 1 for 1 on field goals.
24 is now holding it, too, so he's just playing all sorts of positions today.
Case Bradish, they're like, no, you stay out there. You're good luck. Let's see if he is. It's down, and it is good. So field goal is good. He goes 2 for 2 on the night with the field goals, and it is 50-13. Powell over your Riverton Wolverines, our Riverton Wolverines. Not ending how we wanted it to, but, a lot to improve upon. But we're going to take a few messages. We're going to take a few seconds away and pay some bills here with 1:07 left. Again, Powell Panthers 50, Riverton Wolverines 13.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
And welcome back to KTAK's coverage of Riverton Wolverine football. There's only 1:07 left as the Wolverines trail by 37, and they just let a kick just bounce, but it didn't bounce into the end zone. So a mental error of biblical proportions means that Riverton has the football, 1st and 10 at their own 4.
And they're lucky it's at their own 4 because it could have been at their own 1 if they had not jumped on the ball.
Actually, I think they're going to spot this at the 3.
Either way, that was 2 yards further than where they were actually going to get it if Powell had just jumped on the ball. But you're right, they just let it bounce.
They turned the back. They thought it was going to bounce in the end zone, touchback.
Sure.
You got to watch it, guys. I mean, that was almost that would be the thing they get on. The coaches would be on the bad side. This team is a very good team. It's a non-conference team, and they played us very well, and they've owned it. They've owned the Riverton Wolverines. But you can't have mess-ups that are all about focus. That'll drive a coach mad. So going out from under center, I'm sure we're going to see a sneak or a handoff to a fullback or something. We do see a sneak, and he gains the 5-yard line, so 2-yard lines to get a little breathing room as we go under 1 minute to play here in Powell at Powell High School.
And the Powell defense, I mean, they're still running at 100%. They might not have their first-string guys in there, but they are hustling. They're pulling people out, putting people in, getting fresh legs on the line. They're not going to let this game just measle out. They're just going to go ahead and try and go 100% until the very last whistle, which is 37 seconds away.
All right, 33 seconds and counting, 32, 31. Going from under center out of a very unique kind of offset eye. Does have a receiver out, but I expect a run here. And we do get a run, and it's going to be a gain of about 2-3 yards. And that will most likely be, I don't know why all of a sudden subs are running in. I do believe for
I'm telling
Powell,
you, they're running 100%.
Yeah, but I think I don't think Riverton's going to run a play. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. No, this ball game is over as the seconds tick off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you watching, but don't turn the station, don't turn off the feed. We're going to be joined by both our Papa Murphy's player of the game and our Gatorade, the Thirst Quencher player of the game, here in just a few moments. We'll be right back on KTAK.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Frazier, Dr. Hinkle, Dr. Ballard, and Dr. Davis offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today. In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
All right, and we're back here on KTAK with the WyoToday post-game Click It or Ticket. And I'm trying to bring that up for you real quick. There we go. For some reason, we do have a issue with it a little bit in the fact that the video is not showing through. But right now, the team is getting together, and they are huddling up, going over probably what the weekend's going to look like. Probably rest on Saturday, maybe some film study on Sunday, something like that. And then we hope to have our players of the game. We're going to wait until we know if we're getting them or not. The coaches, of course, say, hey, we're going to send these two guys up. But you never know. I mean, it depends on how heated the head coach is or what the head coach wants to do. Plus, I mean, you got a 3-hour drive back. To Riverton. You know, and you got a bunch of hungry guys who are going to be sweaty and stinky and all that good jazz.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And they're going to have a lot to talk about on that 3-hour bus ride home. I would say mainly their focus, their penalties. The penalties start with the focus. And when you practice and you play the way you practice, if your focus is even a little off at either of those, it's going to lead to penalties, which is going to lead to more trouble, which is going to lead to losses sometimes. And today, it's not all blame in the penalties, but the penalties did not help. And they will be looking to right those wrongs next week at Cody for sure. The final score is going up here, but honestly, right now we are watching Coach Troy Anderson just talk to his team, probably explain a little bit more about what he was hoping for. And right now there's a few players that are upset at themselves, maybe rightfully so. They're kicking themselves just a little bit. But, you know, when they go home, they have something to work on. It's not you don't learn a lot when you win, 100-0 or anything like that. So these losses build a lot of character. And this team that was 1-7 last year, you'd hope that kind of sticks with them and stings them a little bit. And maybe next week we get a different Riverton team in Cody, for all we know.
Absolutely, absolutely. Once again, you're listening to the Click It or Ticket postgame show. We will be at Cody next week. We will have on KDNO will be Thermopolis, and they are going to be playing their first game of the season, or conference game of the season, I should say. That'll be the first game that we broadcast. Lander Valley is going to be on the road to, it may be Green River. I'm not 100% sure, or maybe Rollins. I know it's down south past that way. But we will be traveling up to Cody. Of course, Lander Valley will be on KFCW, and we will, as always, be on KTAK. And then the game of the week will be on KWYW. So tune in for those. And, of course, as always, you can watch it on YouTube, download our app, all of that good stuff. We want you to do it. So we've got
Lander at Green River next week.
Okay, it's Lander at Green River. So a drive that Travis, I know, is used to from basketball season, going down over the pass. So beautiful drive in the winter for two Southern boys going to their first game down in Green River in the winter. Under a winter weather warning,
yeah.
It was a little more than I was used to at the time. So we are waiting for them. They're finishing up their huddle, and we will be right back with the players of the game here on KTAK.
Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help in Lander and Riverton.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288. Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
My name is Sarah Lowe, and I have been in law enforcement in Fremont County for 13 years. I didn't know much about therapy in general until I got injured in October of 20 chasing a cow. So I had to get shoulder surgery. And after my surgery with Fremont Orthopedics, I went to Fremont Therapy. And they were really excited to see you. So it was a really warm, welcoming experience. We tried all sorts of different methods to increase and make sure I had the best mobility for my job. Rachel's a firecracker. She's just a little spitfire. It was fantastic, a great environment to go and have your therapy.
Hi, this is Terry Banker. I'm minister at New Hope Christian Church in Lander, Wyoming. We want to support the kids of this area academically, athletically, and spiritually. Our address is 630 Mount Hope Drive. Come to Sunday school at 9:30 and our worship service at 10:45.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Wind River Family and Community Healthcare has clinics located in Arapahoe, Ethity, and Riverton. We provide family medical services along with dental, optometry, behavioral health, physical and occupational therapy, and more. Our in-house lab and pharmacy at all locations make for a one-stop primary healthcare center for your healthcare needs. Wind River Family and Community Healthcare is striving for a stronger, healthier community because Wind River cares. More information can be found at windrivercares.com.
And welcome back, and it is time. It is definitely time for the player of the game. brought to you by, I'm trying to fix the graphic. We'll fix the graphic later. By Gatorade and Papa Murphy's. We have one for each. The Papa Murphy's player of the game goes to number 2, Ty Sheets, with the big pick 6.
Not to mention the other interception that he had, as well as 3 yards on the ground and 2 catches. He had himself a game before he left with an injury, and we are told it was just cramps. So hopefully he's a lot better for the Cody game next week, because he did have an impact on this game, at least bright and early. When the sun was still out, he had an impact on this game, and he made the quarterback of Powell, Jet Schwan, he did make him think twice about throwing towards him, especially after the pick 6, his second interception of the game. Schwan was a little hesitant to throw in Ty Sheets' direction.
And our Gatorade player of the game, the thirst quencher, joining his brother in arms, is going to be a junior wide receiver / defensive back, Nick McIntosh.
Yeah, he had the touchdown, the only touchdown grab of the game for the Riverton the Riverton Wolverines, with a 32-yard catch. And McIntosh, he's got some speed. We might have mentioned it earlier. His dad is the track coach in middle school, but he's got some speed, and he was able to use that speed quite a bit. He got around quite a few tackles. He did make a couple people miss. He had a few strong moments in the game, but it was mostly on offense. His name was not called very much on defense. So.
Well, remember, next week, 7 o'clock at Cody, your Riverton Wolverines going to try and rebound against tough state championship level competition. At Cody, we will be going live on the air about 6:30 on KTAK and on YouTube, and be sure to tune in then. As for the rest of this, the final score from Powell Panthers 50, the Riverton Wolverines 13. On behalf of Sean O'Bray, Travis Gupton, Rusty Wirtz, Katie Shields, I'm Kevin Shields. We'll see you next time.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Hauling ass, heading south, down the road in a gold Cadillac, coupe bill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more?